Hello, weary travelers. Welcome to Shenanigoons. Can you hear us? Are we good? You made a face, Tessa.
Did
you hit stop stream?
No.
Oh, Kyle's photo.
Oh, we can
Hi,
hear
Kyle's
us.
thumb. Hi,
Yeah.
Kyle's thumb. That's what you're laughing at. That's
no,
what you're losing it to.
No.
Hello.
No, I just went live and all of our pictures went, we don't exist. Because...
Oh.
This is Nerdsmith After Dark.
Yes, Nerdsmith
in the dark.
Goonies After Dark. Welcome.
Welcome.
Well, my gag, because my gag was not worthy of stream.
That is not true.
The ultimate theater of the mind is what's happening right now.
It's true. Everyone will have to imagine.
I am so
sorry,
everybody.
Well, while we're here, without the pretty players distracting you, take a look at our. You might notice something different tonight. And if you haven't been watching the show, you'll be very confused. But if you have been, you'll be very concerned.
I'm giving up.
No, it's okay. You're doing great. So, anyway, I'll vamp while you're doing this because I have a lot to have to talk about anyway.
Thank you.
So, hello everybody. Welcome to Shenanigoons, the Book of Fables. Well, Shenanigoons.
Oh my!
Rose upon the river
Subscriber.
this evening. To our little mini arc of us just hanging out in a quaint little town. Just having a nice time. Just nothing wrong.
Nope.
Nothing concerning. Nope. No brainwash. No pretty. I mean, this is a very good example of kind of what it feels like right now for our heroes, at least for the first few minutes before the last episode ended. Anyway, we are a kinda fairy tale D&D adventure where you contribute to the chaos. We are here every Tuesday night, and we are here to get our cottagecore on. And I'm sorry, let me correct what we're doing here.
I appreciate Aldi Tessa, you look very cute in chat, and I apologize that my face right now is so not a happy one. I'm so frustrated why it just, the world decided that it did not want to work. So I apologize.
Anyway, we are exploding. We love you, Tessa. You're putting a lot of work in.
Pay no attention to the craziness happening.
Pay no attention to the Zoom screen behind the curtain.
Nope, nothing. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the butterfly evening.
It just hits different when you're sobbing through it.
I'm just, it's fine.
Very
It's fine.
concerning.
It's fine.
My goodness.
Nothing
Anyway.
happened.
Oh, don't be upset, Lane. Be excited. There's exciting things to do today.
There we
No
go.
reason she can't be both.
Oh, no, of course.
There.
I mean,
Nothing happened. We saw nothing. Everything's fine.
nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's like nothing at all.
Nothing happened.
Hello,
Legacy streamers.
everybody. I'm going to remember to cut all of that. It's going to be great. Welcome to Shenanigoons, Rose Upon the River, our delightful little cottagecore D&D adventure where there is no chaos to contribute to. I don't know what you're talking about. Just a bunch of homebodies in a cute little town.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. I'm Angela. I'm your DM this evening, and these are our lovely players. Hello, players.
Hello.
Hi.
Well,
Hello.
hi, Mayor.
Hello there. I should have put the mayor of Rose Upon the River. Damn it, I didn't do it. Sorry, so I'm your storyteller for this evening. We are continuing our story with Chapter 32, Rose Upon the River. Just the first part of our lovely little deviation into, I don't know. We'll find out.
Something. Deviation into something.
We are part of the Nerdsmith Network. We're a live streaming show as part of the network, and you can find out more at nerdsmith.org. Or if you like what you watched tonight and you want to continue supporting us here on the show, you can find out how at patreon.com/nerdsmith, of which those of you who are our patrons have access now to an exclusive little piece of fiction from our very own Kyle, who plays Harland. He wrote a nice little interstitial, a couple of journal entries from Mr. Firebranch about what he's been doing here in town, and maybe dropping a couple of plot points that I might have totally stole. So you can find out, you can get access to that at patreon.com/nerdsmith, but also it's hosted on our World Anvil page. World Anvil is one of our sponsors. World Anvil is an amazing campaign management and world building platform with a really incredible creative community that you can be a part of for free, or if you want to support them, continue helping the platform grow and develop, and get some really cool premium customization features like custom URLs and style sheets and things like that, you can join and become a guild member for a very reasonable amount of money. And you're just helping them do the amazing work that they're doing. So, you can find out more at worldanvil.com. Light up the forge. Additionally, we are sponsored by Eldritch Foundry, who made our delightful pictures, of which next week I might change. I can't tell you, Chris, how much I was tempted to redo Oliette's for tonight. Like, get her a little retro bob or something. Like, I was going to do something, give her a smile. I don't know. It just felt like she needed to be joyful. And it was going to feel terrible and, like, wrong.
Just feels like you put your shirt on backwards,
Right?
Yeah.
We got the designs from Eldritch Foundry. I did a little bit of coloring to make them pretty. And you can make your own fantasy miniatures at Eldritch Foundry with the link at the bottom on our chat. You're helping support the network if you decide to buy a 3D printed version of your miniature. You can also get free digital copies for maps and stuff like this. I'm always pointing it the wrong way. Finally, we are sponsored by Die Hard Dice. Tessa, how is Die Hard Dice treating you?
Amazingly. Die Hard Dice treats
Good.
me fantastic. I do love them. This is our featured item this month is the square black velvet collapsible dice tray. It is wonderful. I love the folded magnetic sides rather than the snaps. There's something about it that it feels really, really satisfying to have the little clips in. And because it was requested last week that I make a parody of Alana Miles' Black Velvet, I will attempt this, and I apologize in advance because now I'm flustered because of the stream, so.
Should I stop the music so that you're not confused?
Sure. Alright.
Music is stopped.
Oh my god, I'm
Very
gonna turn
excited
off my
by this.
camera. That might be better. Alright.
Fair use. This is a
Fair
parody
use is a
song.
parody. Alright. We're in battle, the pressure's like a heat wave. This dice tray bound to drive you wild. Inspiration in the heart of every player. Gain advantage, leaves the enemies in piles. To roll the dice to get a win, so sweet and true. Roll with the best, you know just what to do. Black velvet in that DHD style. Black velvet, come and roll the dice a while. This dice tray is for all of your needs. Die Hard dice trays indeed. Black velvet, come give it a try. Black velvet, kiss those natural one goodbyes. Die Hard dice will bring ya to your knees. Die Hard dice, if you please. If you please. And now I'm gonna turn off my camera and go hide. So, but you can get your own Die Hard dice tray by going to dieharddice.com and use the coupon code Nerdsmith-June for 10% off your entire order. So please go do that. They are really lovely folks, and they are even greater products. So I was about to say too many Die Hard dice products, and I just realized that is a logical fallacy and doesn't exist.
Not a thing.
So
Not a thing.
yeah, go check out dieharddice.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tessa. You are amazing.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Let's have a little. Last two things. We are on day 15. We are halfway through our Kickstarter. Kyle, you wanna tell the fine folks how our Kickstarter's going?
Yes. As you can see in chat, we are running
The
a
number.
Dragon Egg Pin Pride
Dragon Egg Pride pin.
Dragon Egg Pride pin. I had that. I knew it was turntables have. Yeah, so we're doing a Pride Pin Kickstarter, and we have blown past our goal. We are just shy of our final planned stretch goal, where glitter will be available on all of our colorways as an option, not necessary, even though you should. Yeah, so it's been going great. It's been a happy Pride for all of us, and we are just super grateful for the support that we've gotten so far, and we're super grateful for all the support that is inevitably going to push us past that final stretch goal. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So if you can like, share, follow, any support that you can provide is appreciated, and yeah, it's going towards good causes, namely pretty pins.
Yes. Alrighty. Thank you, Kyle. You definitely should check it out. We are so proud of the project, and we're really just over the moon that people have taken to it so enthusiastically, like we have. We love these pins, and we're really excited to work with them. All right, and finally, as I said, there's no chaos to be found. But I guess if you're academically curious about how one might contribute to some sort of chaos that totally doesn't exist during this campaign, you could do so in the following ways. If you use our Streamlabs link, you can donate $5 to add a reroll to the party fund, or the party reroll pool, rather. That is a reroll of any D20 that they encounter during the game. $15 lets us roll on the Wheel of Causality, which is a bit of meta or in-game random wild magic and such that the players would have to deal with. You pick your player, who rolls, and let us know in the comment of your donation. You could also tip us $25 to help me by creating an NPC. Give me some information about them, their name, their pronouns, a little bit of a description, why they're fun, and why they're there, and I'll incorporate them into the session. And finally, arguably the most chaotic and the most powerful of options. DM Ex Machina. If you tip us $50, you can choose a player to get 1 minute of DM powers. It has been used before. It has been used, I think, rather benignly. But who knows? So far, who knows what'll happen next? Anyway, you can absolutely do that at any point during the game. I have it up. I will get a ping when it happens, and we will implement it as soon as we know. All right. So, I will say that this mini campaign was inspired by one such tip from a viewer. Our delightful Feline, the bartender, was requested by one of our viewers. They donated an NPC. And she was very, very concerned that you all were so suspicious of her. Anyway, let's get into it then.
For the record, Par was not suspicious at all. So.
No, not at all.
For the record, Oliette was highly suspicious.
That's because
Well, that
Oliette is
makes sense.
suspicious of anyone who is as pretty as Oliette is.
That's
Also, who's
accurate, and I feel attacked.
Also, who's happy.
Yeah, that's more what it is.
That's more,
You
yeah.
can't be pretty and happy. That's too
Something
much.
is wrong.
No. All right, everybody, let's have a little chat about what happened last week. Last week, you all made your way across the island, and found yourself in the little town of Rose upon the River. You met some of the fine townsfolk there. You had a little shepherd's pie. You had a very calm, relaxing, not at all concerning time. And you decided at some point that this place just seemed so nice that maybe you'll stay around for a while. By the way, if you haven't seen the episode, this is bullshit. So the lot of you decide after a while, every time you think about leaving, you just kind of figure, maybe not yet. It's nice. This place is quiet. Everyone seems happy. You could see yourself settling here. Let's just take our time. No rush. Why rush? Such a lovely town. One could see oneself becoming a bit of a homebody here. Not going anywhere, setting down roots. And everyone here is always happy to lend a helping hand. I will give you those quotes if you ever need them.
It's like the polka song from Groundhog's Day is playing.
No, that's not it. That's not the song, but I know what you're talking about. So let's talk a little bit about how you all have spent your time here, as you've decided maybe this isn't such a bad place after all. Haru, you had a very nice trip on the boat back from Mythgar.
Yeah.
Villain seemed like he was acting a little weird after
He's always
you
a
got back
little
to
touchy
town,
sometimes, though. You know, they have
Yeah,
that kind of
but-
air about them. It's not that unusual.
yeah, but you no reason to.
Yeah.
It's Villain.
Yeah.
And he's your best friend, and you've been through a lot together, and it's just you stick it out. See how you can help him.
Absolutely. They know I'm always in their corner.
So, as you have this feeling that maybe Rose upon the River is a nice place to set up shop for a little while, you take that a little literally, don't you?
I do. Absolutely.
So, what does Paru do in Rose upon the River?
Paru opens up a florist shop and becomes a florist. She takes her time and just enjoys being out in nature. She loves the roses. She loves creating, working on different hybrids. And she still grows her mushrooms as well. But mainly is just focused on flowers and collecting seeds and doing new things.
Roses or something else? I mean, roses are the flower of the area. They are plentiful. There are a lot of people who are experts on cultivating roses. You want to be a specialist in a different style?
Yeah,
flower?
she's gonna be a specialist in more of the natural wildflowers of the area. Yeah, propagation. You know, working with any beekeepers to encourage crop
Sure.
growth.
There's a number of apiaries in
Yeah,
town.
so that's really her.
Apiary.
Yeah.
They you all learned.
So yeah, she focuses on wildflowers and edible mushrooms as well.
Sounds wonderful. What is the did you say already what you might be doing with some of the mushrooms, or what your goal is with some of those mushrooms?
I'm really working to see if I can cultivate an excellent varietal for Arabeth's purposes. It's such...
Arabeth Firebrand, Harlan's sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like a good place to work that out. And she'll frequently send animal messengers to Arabeth and talk about, progress on different mushrooms, and we'll always send a rose in the color of Arabeth's eyes along with the message.
What does the message say? Do you need a bit?
It's found a lovely little town. It's beautiful here. Makes me think of you. Wish I could see you soon, Haru. And it continues along those lines. Wish you could join us here, that kind of thing.
So you just send like a mundane letter?
The first time, yeah. And then if there's any response, I don't know how there would be, but, figuring out different ways, then...
Well, the cities are hard to get into. The chronograms are hard to access.
Yeah.
But you hand it over to one of the town's guard, who will set it on its way for you.
Nice.
Happy to do so. Always happy to lend a helping hand.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's what she does mainly.
Yeah. So, Haru the florist. I love this music. Beza. What's Beza up to in Rose Upon the River?
So, given that it's such an idyllic, calm town, she hasn't really had to do a lot of fighting, but she is working with, what was his name? Alistair, the town guard. So now there's all two of them. To help make sure that the peace continues. Since she can't wear the rose embossed armor, she's gotten herself a nice rose embroidered cloak instead.
Oh, lovely.
Probably also does some hunting for the local butcher shops in the area now and then. I think she takes up fishing because it's like hunting, but it's, a little calmer.
In the water.
A little
No, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. You could walk
relaxing.
along the bottom of the river with a net and catch the fish.
You're very popular. Oh yeah, no one needs to worry if Beza can go down. Awesome. So you get to know the town's guard, and they're happy to have you. The town's guard mostly, you find that the town's guard mostly functions as like door greeters. There's not much in terms of crime here.
No, I figure Beza rescues a few cats from trees.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Which is ironic. Feline's cat isn't a cat, it's a tressum, a flying cat. And yet she often gets up in a tree and won't come down. So it's less stuck, more stubborn. You've helped a couple times with that. But yeah, so a lot of time learning town. You get to know sort of the layout of the village and the outer skirts of the village. There's a lot of farmland. And you help with just they do a number of things. Greeting people who are new to town is a big one. Being just mindful of that. Doing little things around like I had said with Paru, the working on like just getting the mail out. The correspondence is a big thing that you help with. You pass it along to probably you pass it on with Alistair, and Alistair moves it forward. And yeah, it's just quiet. Occasionally, you deal with like foxes on the farms, or once in a while, there's maybe like a bandit, maybe, but it's very, very few and far between. Nobody in town tends to cause any issues. It's a
Yeah,
pretty
very calm.
relaxing town. Everyone's good.
I drag Paru with me if there's ever foxes and stuff.
Oh yeah, try to just catch them and re-release or something.
Come on,
Try
I don't
talk
want to
some
kill
reason
it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
no problem. I can talk to it and send it away. Not a problem.
And you never see an equestrian.
Never. Never.
Right. Harland, what are you up to? This might
Harlan
be a joint conversation with Harland and Oliette, but we'll start with Harland.
Harlan does what Harlan always does: is he finds where he can be of help. I think he basically starts with there's like a big to do outside the city, outside the north gate, and there's like a market that's being set up, and so Harlan just starts helping, and then they realize that he's just willing to do whatever it takes because always willing to lend a helping hand, and he gets assigned to assist the director of the marketplace, essentially like a farmer's market type thing. So he's sets up and tears down the twice weekly farmer's market.
Perfection. That's very helpful, and everyone. Harlan, do you find yourself? This is like slipping on an old coat you haven't worn in a really long time. Still fits. It's just like, yeah, this sort of small town farm life. It's a combination of very familiar because of your background in the like on the farm, in a small chroniker, but then also in the book, this was like what your life was. It's making yourself useful, and yeah, this just fits you like a glove. It's so easy to just take that on again, and it's relieving to not be on the run. It almost feels like, why were we stressing ourselves out when we could just have a nice life? We're out of the chronogram. Why not enjoy it? Oliette. So something just clicks here. You don't quite know how to explain it, but yeah, you don't feel like you need to leave. What do you get up to?
Well, it takes a little while to get off the ground, but Oliette spends time slowly building up a repository of sorts, collecting donated books, seeing what she can have sent in whenever that's possible, and opens up a little bookshop. It's called the Queen's Athenaeum. And
love it.
It functions as a bookstore, but I rarely sell anything. It's kind of a take one, leave one in a lot of situations. We have an open tea time twice a week. So we put a kettle on, and whoever would like to come talk about whatever they would like to talk about, usually books, but whatever. Yeah, that's where I spend most of my days, probably 4 days a week. Spend time giving Toshi music lessons to improve
He's getting better
ocarina
at the
skills.
ocarina. Yeah, he takes to it very enthusiastically. He wants to learn. So yeah.
and then just, putzing around. I imagine that Beza and Paru and Oliet have like girls' brunch on Sunday mornings. Oliet and Beza don't eat, but there's lots of tea and libations and gossip to be had, whatever little gossip there is. And yeah, and then go home to the home that I share with Harland every night.
What's your guys' house like?
I mean, like a cottagecore Pinterest board on steroids, probably.
Opens out into like the kitchen window opens out into a vegetable garden. The front room, like the entryway, is like has a floor to ceiling bookshelves, and probably where Oliet keeps her the ones that she's not ready to loan out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big cellar kitchen,
Mhm.
like you'd find.
I need a cozy fireplace somewhere.
Of course.
Big overstuffed chair.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have a nice little space here.
Yes, a lot of mug rafters in the
What was
kitchen.
that?
Mug rafters in the kitchen. Rafters lined with mugs.
Mm.
It started out as a way to catch a leak, and it just kind of grew.
Yeah. Oh, Nickit helps out in the bookshop.
Yes,
Fairly
yes,
frequently.
They do. Awesome. So yeah, they spend a lot of time there. Very much like, give me the books in the stack and I'll go stack them. I don't really want to deal with customers.
Sure.
The only time that Nickit does eventually start coming out of their shell a little, and starts actually seeming to take a bit of an interest in you all. I mean, Oliet, they ask you questions about like what you're like, how do you know so much about books and that kind of thing.
Well.
Oh yeah. Tell
If
her everything.
Nickit is at all interested, because I do get a vibe about them, I would offer to teach them Infernal because it's fun and spoopy a little bit.
Spoopy.
So we'll start with like the basics, colors, numbers. I'll slip in a couple of curse words just for flavor, just for
so
they feel like they're really getting the full experience.
Oh, that keeps her engaged.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's a good call. And yeah, so they really enjoy working at the bookshop. Unlike their brother, who is very much like, I want to get in the mud, which is perfect for Paru. So Toshi will very often end up. Well, Toshi goes to school. Nickit doesn't seem as keen on it. But Toshi does. Toshi wants to learn and stuff. So Toshi goes to the school. Does the music lessons with you, Oliet, and then kind of tools around at the garden. It seems like they get kind of passed around among all of you, so that you all get time with them, and they all they both get a chance to hang out with each of you.
Well rounded.
Yeah. And you all have this nice little family unit. You, well, Villain, it takes a little while, but that's not surprising that it takes a little bit for Villain to get comfortable. I mean, as someone who had made it a bit of a habit to cut and run, the idea of staying in one place seemed actually like it might have taken a second, but it definitely helped that they shacked up is probably a coarse way of putting it, but they did the first night you were all there. Villain did meet a girl at the bar, and they seemed to get along famously. And she had dark hair, freckles, and this kind of sweet disposition, very much not his type. Um, and uh, and then like just they got along. They just kept spending time together. Uh, I will say, Aliette, you or no, Harland was the one who saw Verlaine give her a flower. Like they got on real quick, and they spent some time together, and it was sweet. It seemed like it was very much like a summer fling kind of thing, and it kind of faded after a while. Well, more importantly, Verlaine found that they had something to contribute. They got in good with the local blacksmith, an elven person, and so they started working at the not the blacksmith, locksmith. It was a locksmith. That makes way more sense. Sorry, the local locksmith. And Verlaine took to it, not surprisingly, very, very well, and just started hanging out at the locksmith shop, apprenticing for a little while, and eventually just very quickly being allowed to go on jobs themselves, whether that's fixing locks or helping with new homes or things like that. People lose keys. That's probably the most common thing. Somebody lost a key and they locked themselves out. But they start getting the vibe of the place. They're quiet. They're definitely the quiet of the group. You all get together every so often. Not every so often, probably frequently. Get together, maybe at Oliette's shop eventually. But to start, you spend some time at Hearth and Home, the tavern, the central social hub of the town. And you start making friends with Feline, the barkeep's daughter, who also is a barkeep at the tavern. And she gives you guys kind of a starting point, a friend to get you used to the town. So it's a normal day of indeterminate time since you got here. Feels like it's been ages. Feels like, oh gosh, there's almost a point where it feels like you've always been here. You felt very welcomed and have never wanted for anything here. You got yourselves a real nice setup here. And you all are meeting up for the day. It's late in the day. Maybe you've all gotten through your work, and probably Oliette's probably at your place at the bookshop, maybe.
Yeah. Or I mean, maybe. Also maybe on Saturdays we just have everyone over. Us, the group.
Yes.
So all of us, the kittens, we it's open weekly. I don't know if everybody makes it every week, but that's fine because we'll see them next week. It's no big deal.
There's always time. You have plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
In the garden out back, it's got the gingham tablecloth and.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Over the
Maybe some bocce ball.
100% you have a tea set shaped like buttercups.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you're all do you invite Feline?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Catch her on a Saturday. You catch her before she's going to be performing that night at the bar, so she has a little bit of time. She doesn't have to work at the bar. So Feline comes and you all have the nice little get together. While you're there, I forgot to mention, Nickit and Toshi rest their heads at Feline's place. Feline has a house downtown near the locksmith shop, probably rents the place above the locksmith shop so he doesn't have to go too far. And the kitten twins just hang out with him. They spend time with all of you, but that's the time that they go to bed. So the three of them show up at your place. Verlaine brought some probably from the locksmith. Oh. So Valine shows up with the kittens. The kittens come, just kind of plop through. They're like, whatever. Hi, Valine, or hi, Elliot. I already saw you today, so.
Yeah, cool.
Gives you a smirk. But Valine comes and he has a bottle, like a wine bottle, and a what looks like a package, almost like a butcher package. But he goes, Tret, the locksmith, Tret's wife, insisted that I take this, and I'm not gonna drink it in a house full of children. So, and he offers you the wine bottle.
Oh, we can open this up now. Let it breathe. We'll have it whenever the roast is ready.
Great, yeah. Oh my god, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Isn't
it?
it?
It's trying really hard. It's trying really hard.
Wow.
It's fine.
That was a thing. That
I won't be
Mhm.
eating it, but it should be really fresh because I caught it yesterday.
Oh. She also, I don't really cook, so, he hands you this brown paper package, and when you open it, there are herbs and like flowers and stuff, like edible flowers in it, so like things you could use in it like a salad, and the herbs would be something that you could probably put like on a roast or just in vegetables or anything like that. There's a lot of very aromatic, very floral stuff.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Oh, have a seat. You know the drill.
Yeah. And you all so close with Paru. What do you bring to the little like meet hang out?
Haru,
Meet and greet.
Okay. I was gonna say meet and greet, yeah. Okay.
Haru brings a dessert of sugared violets on a lemon chiffon cake.
Oh my lord. You just angered Kyle.
I know.
You just made him so angry.
I know.
Like happy angry.
Is this because you want this in your mouth, Kyle, or just upset at the flavor
Yes.
combination?
No.
Okay, I was like, why would you be
lack of it
upset?
in my hand?
Yeah.
It's the lack of it right here.
Mm-hmm.
Rude.
Sugared
How dare you.
violets, a little bit of
Personal attack.
violet syrup that has been drizzled into the lemon cake.
Fuck
Just
you.
that slightly floral hint.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Tessa.
I'm doing it to myself. My son has discovered
Yeah,
that
you really are.
he is gluten intolerant, so I have had to stop baking, and now I'm having
Oh,
problems.
no.
Now I want lemon cake.
Oh my god, that sounds
It's just
beautiful.
your lemon cake.
It will be if I make it.
So the Feline shows up, and when the door opens, Feline has brought Feline has brought herself. So you have the human girl, blonde hair, all braids, tons of flowers braided into her hair, and behind her you see a very small wagon and a very small keg pulled by Guy. Guy is one of the patrons at the bar, has been staying in the inn for an extended bit. You found that he was passing through and just decided never to leave. Just got along with everyone too much. And he's tall, kind of lanky, but athletic build. Got kind of like a gymnast build. But he's got dark brown skin, almost black hair. Looks a little like Southeast Asian. And he comes in with Feline, and he looks a little flustered, but he always looks a little flustered. You note Oliette when he's around Feline, he looks a little flustered. And Feline gives you a hug. Oliette dear, how are you?
Wonderful. delightful. I do a little French like bisou bisou on each side.
Decided to bring a friend?
Oh, well, anyone's
Hi.
welcome.
Hi.
Oh, I remember you.
Guy. Hi.
Yeah.
I'm helping with the drink, with the keg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Feline looks like, don't be silly, you're also a guest.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Okay, sure.
There's plenty of food.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. And Feline comes in and just says, well, it's a mead that my dad just finished. Thought you'd like a first taste.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
And she comes on. So a lot of you have a really nice evening. It's there's a little bit of singing, a little bit of drinking, and it just feels like another really good day. It's shocking how many of those there've been. And the sun starts going down, so you're all hanging out. There's maybe out in the back you got like some lanterns hanging up around the trees and kind of giving this like nice little glow around. Everyone's hanging out, either just like sitting in the grass or hanging out at the table. And there's like a bonfire going, and everyone's just hanging out. Around this time, kind of everyone's just relaxing. Does anyone, well, I mean, specifically, I guess Oliad or Paru, do either of you, one of you sends a message to someone to like check in?
Yeah, I can send a message to Pinball.
Okay. What do you send to Pinball?
Hi, Pinball. Haven't spoken in a while. Hope you're well. Rose upon the River is such a lovely town. Really think you'd like it here. Hopefully we can figure out a way to get you here soon. Much love, Paru.
Okay. You get a message back from Pinball. Haru, what are you... I'm really glad you're having a good time. I'd love to come visit at some point. Just, got a few things to do here first, but you enjoy your time. Much love.
Pinball's having a good time. He's gonna try and join us as soon as he can. But he said he's got a few more things to do there in town.
That'll be nice.
Actually, next time you reach out to him, I got something that I need to ask him for. If you could include it, I'll get you the note.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I could ask him right now.
I don't have the note yet.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, Oliette, do you send anybody or reach out to anybody?
I probably, let's see. I'll reach out to Uncle Eb. I probably haven't
Okay.
spoken to him in a few days.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll cast Sending, and Infernal will say something like, "Hello, Uncle. Days are lovely as always. Missing you. Bookshop's coming along. History section is a bit sparse, if you might send something our way. Love you." That's it.
You get back in Infernal. Oliette, your friend Pinball has been a nice addition to our frequent patrons at the bookshop. He's told me about your trip and where you've landed, and I'm glad you're Doing well. Shipping from the city will be a little hard, but I will do my best. All my love. Okay. The evening goes by. God, this is fun. Anyway, so you are continuing to have your trip. You see or have your time, and as it gets a little late, you two note that Feline and Guy are sort of chatting a little bit. They have a very clear vibe going on between the two of them, but you haven't heard anything about them being together. This is honestly probably the first time you've seen them out and about together, not just at the bar, because that's where he sleeps and that's where she works. And you see Verlaine has taken a spot over by one of the trees, one of the bigger trees in your yard, kind of sitting on the ground, has his hand knife out, and he's like whittling a stick. And Nickit has fallen asleep next to him. Is just kind of on his shoulder. Toshi's passed out at one of the tables. Has probably eaten a little bit too much of that cake that Paru brought. And is just like face down, kind of curled up.
Baby.
Yeah.
He ate all of Beza's portions.
Right.
Of
Everyone else got a
everything.
tiny slice, and then Toshi got the rest of the cake. Anytime I see, if I catch, especially if it's at night, if I catch Feline and Guy talking, I might, as covertly as possible, like toss a dancing light over my shoulder in the shape of a halo over her head, just to give her like a very cute, just for a split second. So maybe Guy's like, is he seeing things?
Amazing.
Oh my
Is
God.
this my angel? You know, I'm trying to like
Best wingman ever.
nudge. Yeah.
I adore that. Yeah, no, absolutely. You go all kiss the girl on him. Yeah, they seem to be getting along really well. But as the night wears on, clearly the kids are out. And you see Verlaine gets up and kind of nudges Nickit and helps them up, and then goes over and just like hauls Toshi into his arms. I think we're gonna go. It's he's got school.
Do you need a hand getting him back home?
That would be great.
Sure thing.
I'll pack up some roast and salad so they can take it home.
Yeah, did you get enough?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks. Yeah, it was great.
Oh,
as
I'm
always.
planning to go fishing tomorrow. If you want me to bring anything over, just let me know.
Yes, that would be great. He's kind of like hush toned because the kids are just like conked out. Nick is barely conscious, just like sort of following her around. Yeah. And he looks to you, Paru, and
Yeah. Which one you want me to take? You want me to take Nickit? You want me to take
well,
Toshi?
Nick's standing,
All
so basically just kind of like help keep her up.
Yeah.
And the four of you head back into town. You guys, Harland and Aliette's place is not right in downtown. It's in one of like sort of the off. There's like fields and things. So there's like almost little neighborhoods or little cul-de-sacs of cottages. So you're in one of those, and you take the main road back to town. It's a lovely night. There's tons of stars out. You hear Toshi snoring slightly, and
Oh, he's all tuckered out. I'll make sure that he doesn't work too hard in the garden tomorrow.
I very much doubt you're the one putting in work.
Well, I enjoy my time with him greatly.
Yeah, he's a good kid. That's what Toshi's doing in his dream.
Yeah, I had to switch it over so you could see the Toshi's pose.
It's very important.
I like how she keeps
that
looking,
exact thing.
I like how she keeps looking over to see if I'm paying attention and then trying to get into cuter and cuter poses. Yeah.
Yeah, like look, pay attention to me.
Yep.
So how's Button doing?
Button is
yep,
and
about to fall off a thing.
Yep. Button's great. Button is probably hanging out in my hair and you know,
As usual.
he's gotten quite he's probably gotten kind of chunky because we aren't on the road as much,
Oh my
so he's
God.
getting lots of treats, so he's becoming a little chunk.
Yeah. You'd think a fire lizard would, or a fire weasel would like have a little higher metabolism or something.
No, he's a chunk.
No, that equation is a little teetering towards, towards snacks. So you've got your fire weasel, and so yeah, you and Verlaine are just heading down the road.
Yeah.
He's got his hands in his pockets, kind of rubbing a little bit at his eye. You know he can't wear it all the time, so.
Is it bothering you tonight? Do we need to see if we can fix that, or?
No, it's fine, it's fine. Just just every so often it gets a little.
Yeah.
angry. It's fine.
How's work been?
Work has been good. Just plugging away. Just kind of sitting around doing whatever I gotta do.
That's good.
Lots of people locking themselves out of their barns or something.
If that's the least of our problems, then
Yeah.
Any big plans for the rest of the weekend, or are you just same old, same old?
Yeah, pretty much same old. Toshi wanted to learn how to ride a horse.
Oh,
That's a thing.
I'm sure we can arrange that.
Probably. Just yeah, they're seems like they're doing well here. They got
Yeah.
I mean, when they started hanging out with us, I didn't know what they were gonna be like or what they were gonna need. And the town provides, I guess.
Well, they have you, and you are a excellent influence and a wonderful father figure for them.
That is the weirdest sentence you have ever said to me.
But it fits.
Well, yeah, sure. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. This
Good.
town is so wonderful. So easy to just kind of fit in perfectly.
Yes. I'm glad that you're doing good.
Yeah, it's awesome. What about you? So, I mean, are you still? I know you were with your friend. Tessa forgot her name, but
I don't remember either. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look back.
Any developments on that front? Or are you still looking for?
We're not. It's not really like a. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's real nice. Just very nice person to meet and to spend time with. Layla.
Good. Well, you
That was
deserve
her
a nice
name,
person
right?
to spend time with.
Layla.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go with he didn't remember her name. No, it's fine. She's, her family is, nice, I guess. Just not quite, we've been through a lot, And sometimes a little hard to connect with somebody who's never had any stuff happen to them, really.
I can understand that.
Yeah. Mm. Anyway, she's nice. We just, decided to just be friends. I guess.
Friends is good.
I haven't really talked to her in a while.
Well,
But
friends is good.
she seems like she's doing good.
And... Well,
You guys
Yeah.
walk a little longer. Oh, this is us.
all right.
Nick, watch your step. Don't eat the stairs, okay? I'm fine. Just your eyes are closed. You're walking with your eyes closed. Par is the only reason you haven't hit a tree.
I can get them upstairs. It's okay.
You help Nick. Toshi's been unconscious this whole time, and he's just like, I can usually do this, but like, the roast really adds. Maybe the cake too.
Okay.
And he does his best to kind of take him upstairs. And so there's like this little apartment upstairs above the locksmith's shop.
Yeah.
The locksmith shop full of keys, just like it's almost decorated like that. It's almost a little shiny when you walk in. There's all these little glimmerings of metallic keys.
Haru. Sorry.
One of them falls off the shelf, and Button just goes fucking nuts.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Paru helps them get the kids to bed, and then in each room does the little spore phosphorescent as like a little night light glowing in the corner of their room. So
Blaine just has his arms crossed and just kind of leans against the door frame as they're sleeping. It's a little there's like a little worry on his face.
what's up, bud?
What?
You look distracted or worried. What's going on?
Just want him to be okay.
You are doing a fantastic job. This is probably the most content and the safest they've ever felt. They've got a huge support structure. They've got all of us. I mean, for just one big family.
I haven't had a huge, good track record with that. But other families and this one.
We are always here for you, Fellaine. You know that.
Thank you, Paro.
Anything I can do to help, you just say the word and I'm there.
I'm glad that we still can just be us.
Of course. Who else am I going to be best friends with? Who else is going to be my buddy in crime?
Don't tell Beza that. She'll have to report us.
Shh, what Beza doesn't know.
Be the one crime in this damn place.
Crime buddies for life.
Yeah. He kind of reaches over and puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of like gives you a little side hug.
She leans into it. You get some rest, okay?
Yeah, do what I can.
It's like, don't make me tuck you in too. I will. You know I will.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. If you're
Good
having
night,
problems
Barb.
sleeping, I can always make you like some tea and stuff.
Nah, I'm good. I've always been a light sleeper. It's fine.
We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good night.
And she pats him on the shoulder and heads on down. Strangely, Paro has started wearing shoes, which she never did before.
That's so weird.
She says it's because there's rose thorns, so she doesn't want to get stuck in her feet, but...
That's very fair. You don't want to traipse dirt into other people's houses.
No, that would be rude.
Yeah. So you head out. Question for you, Paru.
Mhm.
Do you think about the Baba Yaga at all? Or are you just kind of letting that sit for a bit, not in a rush?
I think at the end of the day, when she is by herself, I think she does.
Okay.
I think she has also taken to reading her cards for people in the town as like a
Okay.
little side thing. So I think that when
Have you been so the card reading? There's so you're just doing regular tarot reading.
Yeah. But I think every now and
Okay.
again she does try for herself and try and figure out, you know, she thinks about Keith and she does think about it, and she's like, well, you know, Keith would really like this place, and it's... Button,
You're by yourself, but
swear
Button's
to
going
God.
fucking nuts.
But
Great.
Button can't be seen on stream right now. But
Great. You can hear the
you hear
clawing.
that-
Paru's not the only one making biscuits.
But yeah, she's gotten very not complacent, but she only really thinks about that when she's alone.
Okay.
So I think she sets up her tea for the evening when she gets home, and sets out her cards and puts the teacup across from her, and just kind of sits and thinks for a little bit. She doesn't wear her hair in braids anymore. Her hair is always down. So it's just kind of small habits that are falling by the wayside.
Sure. Do you do card reading?
Yeah, I'll plot a card.
Do you just pull one out, or you want to do like a whole spread?
I would do like a 3 spread probably.
Okay, sure. So you pull a few cards out of the deck. You pull the charlatan card. You pull the enchanter, and you pull the thief.
Interesting.
The interesting part, Haru, is that is like the 3rd time you've pulled those 3 cards.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I get that you're trying to tell me something, but
I mean, like the charlatan can be the charlatan can be more than just someone who's lying to you or tricking you. The charlatan could be also interpreted as a stranger, someone who could maybe someone who's hiding what they think because they're worried about being hurt, or it just means a disambiguation between what someone's feeling and what they're saying. The enchanter is just, I mean, as one of the arcanists, I mean, there's any number of things. There's usually uh a more high level concept to what the arcanists usually mean. I mean, enchanting is I mean, in the most vague terms, enchanting is getting someone to like you, or um understanding how somebody's thinking. That's so just like empathy and intuition. And the thief is one of the wealthy in the wealthy set of the faces. So you've got the arcanists, the wealthy, the idealists, the violent, and the crowns. And as one of the wealthy, it's just a sign of whether it can be interpreted as just a sign of motivation, wanting to go out and get what you want. Seize the day kind of thing. There's lots of interpretations of the cards. Maybe you're just kind of being told to be more thoughtful about how, like, thinking about how other people are feeling, and seizing opportunities when you see them, and understanding that people have different things going on under the surface.
You know what I should do is tomorrow I should make some special bouquets for my friends and send them out with, like, the little flower meanings and cheer up their days. I think that will be a good way of putting that into practice.
I think that sounds like a lovely idea. Beza, at some point you start heading back. Where are you staying? Are you and Paru staying together? Or I'm trying to think of who hasn't established where their living situation is.
We hadn't decided that.
You?
I think that Beza is actually probably staying in what was someone's like guest garden shed.
I apologize. You have broken up for
Any
me.
guest
house.
house doesn't even
Sure.
literally.
Sure. You just need a
bedroom.
place to sleep. Yeah.
Um,
Gotcha. But yeah, so
Um.
you're staying in someone's backyard.
mhm.
Alistair's. You're staying in Alistair's backyard. Alistair
That works.
and his family, they're hosting you as you're staying, and you've established you don't need much, and that way you can be outside. You can look at the stars. It's very relaxing. It's kind of like camping. Reminds you of your dad. Sorry. If no one else is gonna trigger Sir Tuscandale, I had to.
I think that she in this little house of hers, on whatever shelf is nearest to the bed, she has like a little family of all of the wooden animals we got in Mythgar and everything.
Mhm.
She's got like the little elephant and the little with the baby, and the mama bear with the baby, and then all of the little animals she got to give to the hunters. It's all lined up so that it's like they're there with her.
Okay. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks. Thanks a ton.
So she probably says goodnight to them every night.
Okay, everything's fine. That's fine. That's very soft.
It feels appropriate for the situation.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Oliet and Harland, you guys, Feline and Guy are the last to leave. You four are just sort of hanging out a little bit, having some wine, and Guy's very quiet. Feline seems, Feline's just not life of the party, but she's very friendly, very loves to talk to people. So she absolutely adores spending time with you all. You've seen things she's never seen before, and she asks all sorts of questions, and it seems occasionally to kind of cast an eye over to Guy, who Harland, you Oliette and Feline are chatting shop, maybe performer to performer a little bit. And Harlan, you see Guy is sort of he's in his own little world. He's staring down at the table and is folding one of the napkins that um was on the table. And you think at first he's just kind of nervously folding something, but then you kind of watch he's doing it very deliberately. Like he's turning it and he's pulling a very specific crease and he's like turning it around again and maybe unfolding and refolding. He's clearly doing something specific with the napkin, not just like crumbling it or something.
You doing odd over there? What's happening?
Oh, I yeah, it's just a little thing I picked up on the road.
Oh, I mean that's kind of cool. What you making?
It's trying to make a fox, maybe a cat. They kind of show up the same way when if you're not careful.
Yeah, that logic follows.
And he takes a couple more moments and like takes a butter knife off the table and uses it to very carefully crease a section. And yeah, after he's done, he's got this little standing like little fox kind of creature with a tail and little pointy ears, and he puts it on the table.
Huh. Well, how about that? You're a man of hidden talents.
Thank you. I mean, it's not a very practical, so I don't really get to do it very often.
So what would you say one of your practical skills is?
Well, I'm I guess I'm kind of a performer. Um, my my family owns a carnival, like a traveling caravan.
Well, now
Uh,
that's mighty fun.
yeah, the Trandafir traveling carnival.
And you do this as part of the carnival? Is that?
No, this is just a hobby. I do I do some high wire and some bit of dance and acrobatic stuff. And closest I get to this, and he kind of points at, he like kind of pokes at the little fox. Closest I get to this is I do a little bit of puppetry.
Oh,
The kids really dig it.
uh,
Um,
you know, next week at the Dusklight Jamboree, we were
Yeah.
looking for a set that Oliette's already doing something, so I can't ask her. Would you mind putting on a puppet show?
I don't have any. Okay, I do have my dragon. It's the only one I usually keep around. It's a little elaborate, but it can make fly around. There's a little. He gets really into it. He's just like there's this little string that when you pull it, this little ribbon comes out of its mouth.
You know,
It's kind of fun. Usually scare the kids with it. It's
I've
pretty
seen the
funny.
ones that like
Not like scare,
you like
but
pull on
yeah.
the little string and the arms and legs go.
Right. Yeah, I've seen those. But yeah, sure. I mean, what do you? I don't know. Seems like you might have better luck with someone who can, you know, wow a crowd. You know, like Oliette or like Feline. They're both really talented.
Now, I think you're selling yourself a little bit short there, guy. I think you got plenty of talent. You know, you were one of the first ones to offer us a helping hand when we got into this town.
Well, you know, it's only. It just seems like the right thing to do.
Well, yeah, but we walked past a lot of folk that didn't offer a helping hand, but you were one of the first ones. Of course, we did almost run you down in the hallway of that
Yeah, yeah.
tavern, but it makes a difference.
I mean, offer still stands. So yeah, sure. If you need may need a little bit to scrounge something together, but yeah.
Well, you let me know how I can help. I'm happy to lend a hand and find you whatever you need to make some more puppets.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll even make sure to reserve space at the puppet show for Toshi and Nickit and Faylene.
Yeah, sure, sure. Um, I'm sure she's probably busy. Her family's always catering those things.
You never know unless you ask.
Hey, I'll think about it.
You do that, and you tell me if that's what you want. We'll make it happen.
Sure. Um. Uh. Oliet, as you are talking to Feline, you both are not like you're facing them. You see the conversation that's happening between Harlan and Guy. You see the little like origami that he's making, and Feline's not facing them, and yet a little bit after, well maybe like a little quiet has fallen between the two of you, just like kind of a pleasant quiet. She goes, "It seems that Harlan and Guy have been getting along famously." She's never turned around.
I mean, yes, but I mean, they both just have that disposition. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't get along with either one of them.
No, they are both well, Harlan's got that small town charm of his. Guy's more quiet, but he definitely has a kindness to him.
Oh, does he?
Yes. She looks confused by like, well, yes, he's a very sweet guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed. I've noticed. Oh, just I don't, mean to pry,
Don't you
but
know? This
I mean,
that's maybe one of your hobbies, Elliot.
hmm,
It has not taken long for her to get your number.
subtlety is not my strong suit. Um,
Even if Feline wasn't incredibly
right.
observant, she would have been like,
Yeah. Just I just I mean, you know the look when you see it, right? So if you were so interested, I would say there's no time like the present.
I wouldn't disagree. He's just very oh, skittish isn't quite the right word for it, but he's very quiet. Sometimes it's hard to know if you're quite getting through.
Or that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, it
Oh,
just
who's
takes a little
trying?
sunlight to
Mhm.
open up a blossom, right? So I feel like your natural charm is going to go a long way.
Well, I'd be lying if I didn't say I've been giving it a go. But he's just well, he's a very sweet man, and
I mean, he spooks easy. We can say it.
he does. Yes, it's a bit like it's a bit like having a little baby rabbit.
Sure. Sure. Well, again, anything I can do to help, be more than happy.
Noted. Thank you.
Maybe, maybe,
Okay. Mhm.
maybe Guy functions better in smaller groups. So what if we just, You and me and Harlan and Guy. Maybe a picnic. Maybe at
Nice.
twilight.
Maybe
You know.
maybe in the rose gardens.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Right? A little
She gets
wine, a
a bit
little
of
music.
she gets a bit of a smirk on her face, bit of conspiracy between the two of you. I think that would be a lovely idea. I think you and Harlan deserve any opportunity to have a nice little time out as well.
Ah, I suppose, but there's no time that's not nice with Harland. So it doesn't really matter what we're doing.
It's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Hmm, I suppose. Anyway, we should probably break them up because we don't want them to be conspiring the same way we are.
Oh no, that'd be terrible.
Always got to keep the upper hand.
What does a Harland conspiracy look like?
It's usually really, well, okay. Conspiracy is probably too strong of a word.
Just more of a he does seem like he's more of a just kind of winging it and see what happens.
Uh,
Okay.
well, with Harland, it's less of, well, I feel like conspiracy sometimes has a little bit of a sneaky connotation. Harland
Mm.
is a heart on his sleeve kind of fella,
Oh,
so
absolutely.
yeah, less sneaking and more just as sweet as can be.
Definitely see that.
Yeah. That said, it doesn't mean there might not be a mess to clean up, so we probably should get over there.
So what are you boys talking about? And Kyle's not here, so of course that timing perfect. Um, it's okay.
I'm on it.
His
Taz, help!
I saw that. I was like,
Harlan
oh
gets
shit.
so the problem is that Harlan or so Guy made a little tech gremlin out of origami paper that
Clearly.
came to
Guy's
life.
fault.
Clearly.
So yeah, but so the two of you talk for a little bit over the whole evening. You were talking a lot, and yeah, so you get a over time. You guys have gotten a really good sense of where everybody is, how long everyone's been here. Feline's been here her whole life. She's never known anything other than um,
Mm.
Rose upon the River. Um, she says that there was a time when she considered going somewhere else. Had caught a bit of the wanderlust bug,
Mhm.
but eventually she got the sense that she always also expected to inherit her father's bar. So
Sure.
it's her music is her first love, the bar is her second.
Sure.
And so yeah, she just eventually kind of stopped worrying so much about getting out and
Mhm.
trying to just embrace what she has here. Um, Guy, on the other hand, Guy traveled a lot, especially with his family, with the carnival. He went off on a sort of location scouting trip, found Rose Upon the River, and just kind of liked it so much. He was like, I could use a break. Um, and stayed. Uh, and he's been here for, well, if you ask him how long he's been here for, it just feels like ages. Feels like he's always been here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't question that. So, Harland, as you and Guy are chatting, Pauline chimes in. What are you two boys up to then? And she finally turns around.
Oh, guy was just showing me some of that. What's it called again? The origami.
It's called paper folding. It's
Oh,
easier.
right.
And he'd already started working on another one. This one's a little more elaborate. It's a series of like like concentric folding circles that he was working on. You're not quite sure. He's not done with it yet. Then the girls come sit with you, and she after a little bit, Feline chimes in and goes, "Well, given that I am performing tonight, it is probably for the best that I get going. But of course, absolutely lovely time. Thank you so much for having me. And then
Thank you for
us-
coming.
Mhm.
Do you need someone to walk you home?
No,
I'd be
no,
more
it's-
than happy to.
I'm already heading your way." And she goes, "Well, I suppose
There we go.
that's correct. Sure." And yeah, so he gets up and he's like, "Yeah, we can. Wouldn't want to miss the show." And she gets up and gives a glance at you, Oliette, like a. And she slips her arm into Guy's, and they start leaving. He leaves something on the table, though. You find that he has made a really lovely rose out of paper, or blossom. It's like a flower blossom. And he left it on the table. And they walk off into the evening. And so the two of you
Nice.
clean up, sort
Mhm.
of getting ready for the evening.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. The roast was a big hit.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna have to try some of those herbs that Pauline brought.
Oh, what did he
Next
bring?
time, do lamb or something.
Oh yeah, we got a little bit of that mint getting real aggressive in the back. We got to cut it down. We might as well use it for something.
We could put it in lemonade.
Oh, that'd be delicious. Oh, make some some of them muddled. We could take it to the Hearth and Home and see if they need any for the drinks.
That would work. We could put it in ice cream.
Mint ice cream.
Yeah.
I ain't never
Lavender
heard of that.
ice cream.
Let's do that next weekend. Let's do a whole a mint menu. A mint you.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
god.
Oliette has never been more Stepford than this very moment.
Right?
I love it, but
Trying so hard.
I'm horrified right now. Tessa.
Can you be
is
delighted and horrified at the same
horrified
time?
and
Because that's what I'm
delighted.
feeling.
Yes.
I'm
Mhm.
screaming inside.
Yes.
We're all just like, this is fine. This is fine.
This
Yeah,
is fine.
it's
Everything's fine here. Yep.
Fine.
Mhm.
We're totally fine. There's nothing wrong here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything's wonderful.
Oh my god.
I
Oh my
absolutely
God.
have everybody's bouquets all picked out too, so I'm very excited about that.
Yay. All right, so
But yeah, clean up. I'll probably leave the rose. I'll probably set it out on the mantle, so it's like a nice little gift
Yeah.
display.
It clearly feels like a sort of thank you to Harland and you.
And then I guess
So?
get ready for bed. Today was Saturday, so tomorrow's Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have we've got the jamboree, the Dusklight Jamboree tomorrow night. So I'll be setting up for that in the afternoon.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you know what to
Well,
find
I
me.
have brunch with the girls in the morning, and then music with Toshi around lunch. It's the best way to convince him to come every week, is to have lunch ready. And then that should leave me
Toshi
enough time to come.
completely not different. Toshi is just
Toshi's
this is
the
what
same.
Toshi is.
Toshi is just adorable Toshi.
Toshi is Toshi.
Mhm.
But that should leave me enough time to come help out. You could always let
That'd
me
be
know
great.
if you need anything.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Yeah, I'll let you know once you get there.
Okay.
Oh, I invite a guy to be a performer
Oh,
at next week's
what does he do?
puppeteering.
Well, that's nice.
Ain't it just? I mean, he's going to need a little bit of help to get his coterie together. But
Well,
Oh,
we
I
can
heard
come
that
up with
bell.
something.
I heard that bell.
Yeah, that was violent.
Mhm.
And then immediately
Back
just,
down.
I'm so cute.
I do nothing.
I didn't
It not me.
not me.
Uh,
Yeah, we can come up with something.
So, yeah, that. I was thinking at the very least we've got socks with them that crate of googly eyes that somebody left at the tavern last
Oh,
week. So
well, yes. That's a very sweet idea. I was thinking perhaps something a little more elegant.
I'll leave it to you. You are the height of elegance.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm
Now-
not laughing at you. Just paw over the head.
W-
Oh,
So
oh.
drama. Much
Oh,
drama.
If you didn't have something already picked out, I found something that you might like to hear tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just slip out of this and we'll go lay down.
Oh yeah, I need to get undressed. Hang on.
Well, wait till we get inside. Wait till we get inside.
That's better.
Not in
Yeah.
front of the Brussels sprouts, Harlan. Their whole garden is Brussels sprouts. You cannot tell me otherwise.
Oh my god. These sprouts are out of control.
God. Yeah, just because Rose Pond the River is a nice town doesn't mean there's no spice, Bex. So you break down for the night and head to bed. And Harlan, you have taken up a habit of whether it's for her but also for you to practice. You've taken up a habit of reading Oliet to sleep.
So pure.
If wine is offered to callers, it would be well for the ladies to remember that it requires great moral courage to resist the temptation offered, especially when taken from so fair a hand and under the influence of such fascinating loveliness. Remember that from this hour's weakness your friend may date the conquering of all good resolutions. Ladies expecting calls on Elumus should be in readiness to receive from 10 in the morning to just past 9 in the evening.
The fuck?
Sorry, it's a little dry. It's a Mythgar Centaur's Guide to Gentlemanly Habits.
Oh, it's lovely. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh my lord.
Gentlemen making Illumis calls may, at their option, take a walk, especially required in most polite society that gentlemen should call their friends together. 4 gentlemen may go together and call upon the lady acquaintances of all. It is allowable for a gentleman unacquainted to call on ladies if accompanied by a gentleman
asleep by now.
who is
Yes.
acquainted.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Wow, that
now
was
I'm
a
out.
lot
Yeah.
of acquaintance.
Wow. That was, what are you actually
So-
reading? I need to know.
It is a Victorian gentleman's guide to etiquette.
Nice. Oh god. Okay.
There's
Love
an
it.
entire section on jewelry.
Oh God.
Wow.
Jewels are an ornament to women, but a blemish to men. They usually bespeak either effeminacy or a love of display, although little concession in this respect may be made to keep within the bounds of good taste.
Somewhere Pimble's like, the fuck you just said?
The fuck you said?
He like bursts into flames.
Just like, so
Excuse
what is
you?
it like? What did it say? It shows effeminacy and
Something
what?
Within the bounds.
Effeminacy or a love of display.
Yeah, is that a problem?
Right. I don't hear the issue
And-
here.
Yeah, I don't understand what the problem is here. So
Love it.
all right. I really do need to read this from chat. Thank you, Bex. Spicy. Their spices are nutmeg, cinnamon, and monogamy.
Oh, the irony.
That's what I said. I said ironically not. So anyway,
Amazing.
so Elliot, you drift off. Arlen, you are reading for quite a while before you notice that Elliot has drifted off, but that's usually the way of it. She usually kind of nods
It's-
off and
It's you don't tell anyone that I said this, but it's usually a little like the red spot from the drool. when it gets on his shirt. That's
you
when he
can tell
knows.
just.
I will vehemently deny this if I ever get wind of it.
Of course, of course. So, and then the night just kind of passes. Harlan, do you do anything before you go to sleep? Do you keep reading to yourself, or do you to practice, or do you stop when you realize that she's asleep?
So, has
Mhm.
has Harlan lost touch with any of the magic at all? Like,
You haven't really felt the need to use any.
okay, I was just
Maybe a
curious,
little
like,
things
how
here
that,
and
like,
there, but no.
all
You've
right,
you don't feel like anything's missing.
cool. Yeah, then, yeah, he'll just go to sleep
Yeah, just kind of fade out.
after undoing all of the buttons on his shirt.
Yes. It's really hot. There's no air conditioning in the cottage. Um,
No,
Or
the
in my
windows are
house.
open.
yeah, it's nice. Everything's nice here.
Everything's so nice, Angela.
It is. It's very nice. I do have a question for you, Chris. Oliet and the book. Have you done anything with the book since
Yeah,
settling?
I think at first, whenever that was, I probably tried to check in, but it seems like I would have heard something. If I don't actively hear something, if I don't get that pull, like I have gotten when I know that the queen is trying to contact me,
Yeah.
over time, I keep it in the nightstand next to the bed.
Okay.
But nothing bad happens here, so there's no need to keep it on me all the time.
Right. You're not worried about someone taking it. No one
Right.
knows
And then
anything
you get
about it. You're not.
busy and
Yeah. You and I think maybe the others have kind of forgotten or not worried about it, but I feel like you and Harland are thus able to like if one of you's upstairs and the other one's downstairs, you can like message each other
Mhm.
to just kind of keep in touch while you're
It's almost
around.
by
But
reflex without realizing it.
yeah,
Mhm.
because it's never changed for you, but everyone else has kind of moved on to another spot, so they don't think about it.
Mhm.
And so yeah, you drift off. We're gonna keep this very vague in terms of time passing because it's kind of how it feels. It's just sort of you living your lives. Bisa. One morning, we're just gonna do a couple of vignette moments here. Bisa, one morning you are wandering around um, with Alistair, doing a little bit of a. There are protocols, things you're supposed to do as a member of the town's guard, and one of which is just kind of walking around town. This is specifically just at this point, it's just about like, hey, if someone needs a hand, the town's guard can help. So you wander around, check in with people. It's just like kind of a neighborhood watch kind of thing. It's the middle of the afternoon. People are,
Around.
yeah. There's a market going on, and you you hear a little bit of a skirmishy sort of sound. Been a while since you've heard that. Um, you it sounds like something got knocked over. And you and Alistair kind of shuffle forward through the market, and you find one of the fruit stands has been knocked over, not cabbages. Um, and someone just looks a little concerned, but everyone's helping pick up. Everyone who's shopping, everyone who's working there. Um, and you and Alistair come up to the shopkeep, and you see it's an elven woman with or no it's an elven man with brown hair and slightly darker skin. Then well he's got dark brown skin and sandy hair, um, long pointed ears, and he's just sort of in a little bit of a clearly a little distraught trying to pick up all his stuff. But everyone's helping. And Alistair's. Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Okay. Town Guards Beza, at your service. What happened?
Oh, hello. It's the strangest thing. Just somebody came through in a ruckus of a rush, knocked things over. It's I'm sure they had their reasons. It was probably they probably were just, you know, rushing around. It's fine. Everything is fine. Thank you. Thank you all for helping. It's
That's strange, though. Did you see who it was? If they were in a hurry, they might need help.
it was a it's the woman the elven woman. I think her name is she's the she's a barrister in town. I think her name is Ileana. She seemed like she was in a bit of a rush, but as I said, everyone has off days. And
No, that's
Alistair's
true.
already kneeling down to help pick up some stuff. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, Beza will help pick up fruit and put it back in the cart. Oh, I'm sorry. This apple looks like it's a little too bruised.
Oh, that's all right. I could sell it in the there's a sauce basket over there for apples, good for sauces.
Okay, I'll put it in that one.
I have a concern about the chat at the moment.
Fine. Everything's fine. You set something in Rose Upon the River, friends. You're gonna get everybody who's in Rose Upon the River. So you help out, and the shopkeep is very grateful. Offers you both a sampling of his wares. This is very common, Beza. People tend to thank you via food here, and you just try to just smile and nod and just okay, sure.
Yeah. I feel like she takes it because it's
Mhm.
not polite to not take it when they're offering you a gift.
Of course.
But then she very discreetly, like, saves it in a basket at her house and takes it over to Valane's once a week.
Mm-hmm. This one yeah, you get like a something like a probably like a large fruit, like a passion fruit or something, or a I forgot what large fruits are. Anyway, you can tell where my brain's doing today. And yeah, so you pick things up. Do you ask anything about Ileana, or?
Yeah, I think so. So, Alistair, should we go check on Ileana? I mean, if she was running through town, something might be a problem for her. She might need help. We should definitely lend a helping hand if she needs it.
Of course, yeah, we can check on her. She's I wasn't aware she was back in town. Actually, she would gone off to. Well, she's a regional barrister. She does conflict disputes and mediation around town or around the various villages in the area, the whole valley. I'm sure. She'd gone off. I hadn't. I guess she's back. Might have been the rush. Maybe she'd forgotten something. Certainly, we
Maybe.
can check on her. Is that something you want to do now?
I mean, I don't know. We do need to finish our rounds also.
Well, it's very important. We can't forget to check and
You know,
see if anyone needs help. I mean, Ileana's a very she's a very very proud woman, and then she can usually handle herself. But if you think it's something out of the ordinary, you'd take the time.
well, I mean, it's not every day that someone knocks over a fruit stand because they're in a hurry.
Oh, I agree.
Also, as much as I love Mrs. Jones at the end of, Baker Street, she always give me a meat pie.
But we talked about this, Beza. I'm happy to take them for you.
I
Just
know,
hurry
but
and
I
take
feel
it, and then I'll
bad.
just take
I'm
it.
lying to her about how tasty they are.
Well, and the missus has been getting a bit on my case about the fact that I've been, apparently storing them away a bit.
I know. I guess I'm
It's
not
on his stomach.
because you said they're tasty, so I'm telling her that they're tasty. Which, as far as I know,
Aye, that would cause the problem. Yes. Well, how about this? We'll go check on Ileana, and then you can just, you know, um, you get busy, and I'll finish with Mrs. Jones.
that sounds good.
Sounds like a plan, yeah. Yeah, I got you, lass. And so the two of you towards head towards downtown. Um, not that far away from the Hearth and Home. You find uh, a small little shop that is marked for as a basically as an attorney's office, um, and it says uh, on the window there's this beautiful stained glass on the front of the building, and it says written Ileana Norix, Office of Legal Advocacy. And I will put that in the chat for you to have as a note. And so you head up to the door, and Alistair knocks on it. Miss Norix, are you home? We heard there was a bit of kerfuffle in the market square. I just wanted to check if you were all right. Miss Norix? I'll be
That's
home.
strange.
Well, she was just running around. She might not have been heading this way.
I mean, I guess that's true. Although, given the direction the cart was knocked over in, this does seem like where she might have been heading.
Well, aye, but, there's a lot of places in town.
That's true. Maybe we should swing by the Hearth and Home real quick and just see if she's in there. Maybe she went there looking for help.
Sure. She's a good friend of Feline's. Maybe she's just checking in. Like I said, she got home unexpectedly.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's go check. And then we can finish our rounds.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a plan. And, you... Beza, give me a perception check.
That is not what Beza is good at.
Yeah, no.
9.
9? Well, your passive's a 12, so we'll say you got a 12. You both were listening at the door. You don't hear anything. So not really much to do about it. So yeah, you leave the front. This is one of those buildings where there's an alleyway in the back. But you guys are in the front, so you head over around the corner to the Hearth and Home, and the tavern's there, and you head inside. There's it's afternoon, lunchtime traffic. There's a lot of people around. You see Feline at the bar with a lot of with all of her mage hands, kind of floating around, and she's passing out drinks, and her father Brennan is serving food. You smell amazing like shepherd's pie again. That's just the go-to meal here. But the whole place smells like home cooked food, and everyone seems in good spirits. Alistair looks around. She's a sun elf, well, half elf. Um, with warm olive skin. Got sandy blonde hair. Uh, you see her anywhere? Look around. You don't see her. You don't see anyone by that description anyway.
No, no one looks like that exactly.
Oh, what do you get us, Feline?
That's true.
Feline, dear. Oh, Alistair. Hello. Are you looking for a drink or something? Is on your lunch break? No, we're. Did you know that Ileana was back in town? Well, she's going to get a talking to if she is, and she didn't tell me. Oh, we heard. There was a bit of a fuss going on in the market, and somebody saw her. Was thinking she might have swung by here looking for you. Well, not yet, but I could. Oh no, not at the moment. Sorry. Well, that's all right, lass. If you see her though, let us know. We're just wanting to check in, see if everything's all right. I will be sure to do so. Absolutely.
We want to make
thank
sure
you.
we're there if she needs a helping hand.
Of course. No, absolutely. I'll let you know. Trust me, I won't let her get far out of my sight if I see her. It's been ages. Very seemed it, didn't it? And Alistair pats you on the shoulder, Beza. Oh, we're gonna go continue our rounds. You have yourself a wonderful afternoon. Miss Ergos. He has no hat on. He realizes that as he does that. And she just giggles and.
Hi, Feline.
Oh, hi, Beza. And you hear a little like chirp from up in the rafters, and you see Jade, the Tressum, kind of like watching you, her tail's flickering.
Jade, I've got some fish heads you can have tomorrow.
And yeah, and so you leave. So you and Alistair head back and continue your rounds around town, and nothing else of note happens while you're out. You do end up at Mrs. Jones's, but Alistair's like, if you won't make scares, you can just go. Okay, he's like, I'll see you tomorrow then. We've got gate duty tomorrow. Lots of excitement. He sort of rolls his eyes.
That's okay. I mean, it's a nice breeze and it's sunny and the flowers are pretty.
We do get the garden side of town tomorrow, so that's at least something to look at.
We could probably go say hi to Paru during the midday break.
There you go. Always got to look for the silver lining, you do.
Well, she's got a couple new strains of mushrooms. She said, I mean, I don't eat them, but apparently they're supposed to be tasty.
Oh, really? I'll have to go help out with that. See if she's got a few that she can part with. Paru can part with.
Yeah, I was about to say that she
He sort of chuckles to himself. And so he wanders off to go down to Baker Street and find Mrs. Jones, and you are left to your own devices.
Mm-hmm.
You're done earlier than you expect.
I think she probably just starts like skipping through town back towards her house.
Literal skipping. All right. So you head through
Big cloak on, so she's like flinging it around out to the side as she's skipping back and forth.
Oh my god. Dear Lord, I adore this. So you you know, my brain did not compute that Paru was eating mushrooms or was selling edible mushrooms.
Yep.
She
My
said,
Lord.
I instantly was like, oh.
Yep.
Wrong. But the key here is that you're not questioning
No.
anything that's happening. It just feels normal. Yeah. So, as you are skipping through, you pass the locksmith shop, where Villain lives and works. Do you go in or just leave him alone?
She has extra time, so
Yeah,
I think she
get on early.
swing by. and say hi to him and the kittens.
So you open up the door and um you hear some like chipping noises, like a little hammer on metal. And you kind of look around. You don't see you see Villain. His hair's gotten a little longer. He's got it kind of like almost down to his chin, and he's hovering over a work table with with a hammer, and like he's doing something at the table. You just
Knock, knock, it's 5 o'clock. A release almost. I'm off a little early.
Hi, Beza. Hi, just one second. Just, and he kind of flustered, and he like very quickly shoves some stuff into a box and puts it under the counter. Hi. What's up? You said you got off early?
Yeah. Well, I finally told Alistair that I feel bad about lying to Mrs. Jones about eating her pies, her meat pies. So he made excuses for me, and he went and saw her instead.
It's really important that you're honest. You gotta be upfront and like tell.
I know, but she's so sweet, and it makes us so happy when you tell her that she's good.
Beza, she's just a nice old lady, and she could give that pie to somebody else.
I mean, I do give the pie to somebody else. I mean, half the time Toshi eats them, but I just she's just so happy. I can't do it.
Fine, I guess you're not.
You didn't have to
not
lie to
hurting
me.
anybody.
He just said I went home early, so you know.
That's good. I'm glad that Alistair's got your back.
Sorry. Stop big me.
We're like upsetting everyone in chat right now. It's the best thing ever.
I was so mad.
You did this, Alora. I'm just telling you.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Your fault. Shame. Shame.
Some sort of special project?
What? No. Just keys. You know.
Keys? I mean, there's no reason to hide that. Points at all the walls.
No, there's client locksmith confidentiality. You know, private locks are private things.
All right, so like someone commissioned some special locks for the houses?
Sure, yeah.
Kinky.
Right over Base's head. She has literally and figuratively. She has no idea.
Yeah. Special things. It's just,
Fine.
you know, you reminded me that I should just take a break. I should be done too. Oh yeah, look at the time.
Oh, I have this, by the way. And she holds up the basket. One of the fruit vendors' carts got knocked over today. Someone accidentally hit it. So I've got a whole bunch of fruit for you guys if you want it. I know that you'll probably be the one eating most of it because they prefer meat. But, you know, it's there.
Oh, Toshi will literally eat anything you put in front of him.
I mean, that's true.
He is an omnivore.
True. Did you, was the fish I caught last week all right?
Perfect.
I mean,
Perfect. I have never met a person, child or adult, with such low standards for edible food. He will literally eat anything.
Yeah.
Oh God, Chris, no! Sorry, I forgot my mic was live.
Incredible. Thank you for the chat. Really, this is definitely the episode I should have had the chat up on screen. This was good.
It is horrifying what is happening right now.
So what do you think you're gonna do? You got time off and such.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't have to worry about going home and making dinner.
Right.
I don't know. walk around the garden. Look at the flowers.
Oh yeah, it's nice out there.
I heard that one of the I always forget the word for it. The horticulturists, the people that do the rose breeding.
Mhm.
Apparently one of them that we helped the other day because his cat got stuck in the tree. You remember that last week?
That
So
happens a lot.
that's true. But anyway, I got the cat out, and apparently, as a thank you, he started making a white rose with some like bronzy bits on it. So I was gonna go see if I could find it.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah. You wanna? I mean, I could join you if you want. I don't have anything here to do.
If you want,
Closes
I'd be
the
happy.
drawer a little more, like just double checking, making sure it's closed. What did you say, Beza?
Sorry, I got distracted with that.
Yeah, it's all beautiful.
Sorry. It's Kyle's face combined with what Pygmy said.
Keep it together, team. Keep it together.
Yeah, that
Right.
definitely sounds fantastic. I get to see everybody on the weekends and everything, but I definitely don't spend as much time with you as I should.
Yeah, well, you know, busy. Surprisingly busy for. I guess town's not that big. Or small.
Well, no, but I know what you mean. I mean, there's not a lot of crime, but we do walk around a lot to make sure that, everybody's got all the help they need. You can never have too many helping hands.
Oh,
And-
yeah, that's true.
And I can understand, I mean, actually, I'm not entirely sure I understand why the locksmith is so popular, but a lot of people forget their keys around here.
Yeah.
Like they're all a little dazed,
I mean,
good dazed.
I'm not gonna complain. I mean, it's work.
That's true.
You know, it's kind of funny though. I mean, like, this is the kind of place where like nobody, like, people just leave their doors open. Why are people locking themselves out?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things, though. I mean, there's a lot of us who didn't used to live here. I mean, there's a lot of people who grew up here, too. But I think for those of us who didn't used to live here, it's just kind of habit to lock your door. I didn't really think about it, but I lock mine when I leave. And, I mean, honestly, most people don't even realize my place is a house because it's so small.
I feel like half the time they lock the place up here around town is just so people don't accidentally walk in thinking it's open.
That's true. I do know that Aliette locks his bookshop door for that reason. There were a couple of where she
Oh
had
yeah,
someone
she does.
at like the middle of the night, and then they fell asleep reading a book, and she came in and they were there in the morning.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I mean, one time it was Guy, so it wasn't that scary or anything.
Nah, you wouldn't hurt a fly. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, let's go take a walk. Could use it. I've been sitting down all day.
All right, let's go stretch your legs.
And so yeah, so you head out with Valine. Go walk around. As you are heading out away from town, you you see that the sun, it's just like sunset, or like almost sunset. It's 5 o'clock. And you so the gardens are like a large series of hedge mazes on one side of town. It's a collection of actual rose gardens and then these really lovely hedges that every year they do new designs. It's actually kind of a big elaborate thing because every year when they have the big annual rose festival, you can't just have the same hedge maze every time. So they actually are trying to like do a new one every year. So they have certainly been excited by Paru's joining the town because it might be way easier to do hedge mazes now.
It's almost like she has experience with making hedge mazes too.
can't imagine. So as you're walking towards the outskirts of town, you give me a perception check. No, I'm just doing the best.
Nice.
Best. Another 9.
My
Jesus
goodness.
Christ. Okay. You
so-
and that one. You and Verlaine walk through town, and it is a lovely evening, and you chat a little bit about how things are going. Verlaine talks a little. I mean, honestly, it feels like Verlaine's talking points are exclusively about the kids. He mostly is just like giving you a heads up about what they've been up to, and that Toshi's hitting a lot fewer sour notes on his ocarina now that he's been practicing with Oliette. What was that, Heather? Yeah, yeah, she's been doing really good with him. I didn't actually ever. I mean, I don't know why I never thought that. I never considered that Olia would be like a really good teacher. She seems to take to it pretty easy.
Yeah, she does a really good job with it. To be fair, I think she sees a lot of a young herself in Nickit and Toshi.
Yeah, I know how that is.
And found family and all that for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm really glad that that he's got some people to rely on, not just
Yeah. But
He
how
kind
are
of
you
shoves
doing?
his hands in his pockets. What?
Well, you keep talking about the kittens, but you haven't talked about yourself. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Just kicking around. Got work. Got a roof over my head. Not constantly running around. Something kind of nice about that, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of nice being a little bit of a homebody.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of gets a little look on his face that, you move around so much, you kind of think that's just gonna be what your life is, Don't really expect to have a home.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, we haven't been in a fight in so long. I took my swords out the other day to sharpen them and clean them because I realized I hadn't used them in so long. I better do something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And he takes his fingers and pulls the knife out of his false hand. Yeah, just mostly keeping it sharp with whittling.
Mhm. That'll do it. Yeah, I practice a little bit just to stay, limber. It helps with getting around some of the trees too.
So yeah, just there's nothing new to report.
But how do I say this? I'm not good with words, so I'm gonna be blunt. Are you happy?
The town is nice, and I'm glad that I'm with all of you. I'm happier than I've been in a long time.
I mean, that's a start. Can I do anything to help?
Not something that and now it's stuff I gotta sort out. It's not no. I appreciate it. Your concern. I'll be okay, Beza. Let's just go check out the garden. It'll be nice. It smells nice over there.
All right. You come talk to me if you ever need someone to talk to. I won't necessarily understand everything, but I'll try.
I have gotten that offer from Haru and Aliette and Harland at different times, I will add you to the list. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Oh, I think they said the flowers that way.
Yeah, they're working on a new maze apparently. They they said we shouldn't like poke around till it's done, but you wanna check it out anyway.
I mean,
You're
They didn't-
off duty, Town's Guard.
no. And they didn't tell us we couldn't. You just gotta be quiet.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's me.
Mhm.
So you and Villain try to sneak into the new maze. Please go ahead and give me a stealth check. Not that you're hiding from anybody, but
That's not great. It's not horrible. That's a 11.
you got an 11 too. But 11 plus a bazillion. So he helps you. So you're like walking around and he kind of points out there's construction stuff just and you're so you're like kind of sneaking around.
Something broken under her weight.
And you kind of step through what is sort of a half-grown hedge maze. Looks like it seems that at least for certain events, they might be growing them somewhere else and bringing them over, because like last minute sort of changes to the maze or other things they bring them over. They're not going to last very long that way, but this particular section is like the seasonal maze. And so you go through and you see halfway into the maze already that there's this fountain that's been built. It's beautiful. It's got a it has a actually everybody else, tell me what is the fountain of? What is this pretty fountain that's going to be at the center of this hedge maze of?
It is of a dryad coming out of a rose bush.
Ooh, I love that. Okay. So you see this sort of fae-like creature, this feminine figure coming out of a rose bush, all made in stone. It's beautifully done. Not your warm pale tone, Beza. It's like a cold concrete kind of color. But yeah, it's picked up a little bit of rain from weather, and it's a little full. It's not super full yet. And you kind of poke around a little bit. You see, so they do like little contests and stuff to see who can get through the maze first. I'm like trying to see if I can remember certain.
I mean, technically that's cheating, and I should probably tell you not to do it.
Yeah, but we're already sneaking around somewhere we're not supposed to be, so.
True.
And he kind of like turns around and kind of backs up. Is like, come on. And you start like kind of moving through the maze. And you hear something suddenly, Beza. You hear a thud, like a, and some mechanical noises. Like, and Blaine's like glancing around. He's like, you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
He looks around. Hey, can you give me like a boost?
Sure.
And he puts a foot up, and you give him a, and he sort of climbs up on, like, climbs to the top of the hedge and looks around. And give me a wisdom save. At disadvantage, Beza.
$13.
13. You wake up at home. In your little garden shack. Uneventful day, must have been. Barely remember anything. You assume you must have gone home and just chilled out, did your normal routine.
That's not good.
Oh well, I gotta report to the gate.
You got duty at the garden today. That'll be nice.
She skips across town, or actually, she probably just goes and knocks on Alistair's door.
Yeah, you're in his backyard. You just.
Yeah.
Oh, morning.
Morning.
Yep.
Sorry, did I forget the whole, people need sleep thing again?
Just a little. You're fine. Just let me. It's fine. You wanna come in? Just take me a second to get ready. And torturing people in the chat right now. This is my softest session ever, and I'm torturing
I
people.
know. It's like
Um,
the
Because
so
sweetest
you
just
sit
chaos.
down. So you, this session is made of sus, rather. And you go sit down. You get to talk to, Alistair's wife. I don't have a name for her. But she exists. You talk to her a little bit. She's making tea and making lunch, and you get ready and get ready to go for your little hanging out at the gate. So, let me see. Well, let me look at my list. I have a list of things. Okay. So, I have a couple questions, Oliet. What are some things that Oliet likes? What are some, like, aesthetic things that Oliet likes?
Oliet likes.
Is this version of Oliet?
Yeah. First of all, yeah. This Oliet likes lace.
Okay.
And likes gosh. Things that look classic, things that are
Okay,
like
sure.
have a timeless vibe about them, whether that be decor or clothing or
What I'm getting
just
is
a general.
mid-century cottagecore.
Yeah, like just
Okay.
Oliet likes cinnamon, like very.
This is the most basic Oliet has ever
I
been in her
know.
life.
It's
Oh
like
my
pumpkin
god.
spice latte.
I was just gonna say this Oliet would love one of those that Mr. Mammon had, but
Oh my god.
God.
alas.
Did you message Mr. Mammon at all?
Oh, I
While you're here?
should. I should check in on him.
You
Because I
should.
did tell him I was going to, and I
Oh
don't
my
think
God.
Chris forgot, but Oliet wouldn't have forgotten.
Oliet is baking something with pumpkin and wants some advice, maybe.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Incredible. But yeah, no, you absolutely do. So, and yeah, and you get message from Mr. Mammon back, and he's just like, I was just making this pumpkin creme brulee. It comes out real good. You can put some cinnamon and sugar, and then you torch it. It comes out like a pumpkin pie. It's real good.
A visionary.
Oh, thank you. I got my eyesight from my mama.
Oh, Mr. Mammon.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't know. She likes
Thanks for
just.
calling.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
amazing.
Oh, God.
Anyway. So, let's see. What else we got? We got, Stepford pie instead of shepherd's pie.
Oh.
Stepford pie.
Stepford's pie. Stepford's pie. Yeah, you're welcome. So, what are some other things that you all would get up to or be interested in town? And this is a tiny town. There's a couple times people come visit, or not come visit, but like walk through. Any other activities you want to have done while you're here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle.
I imagine that there is a section of there's like a spot in town that was just like a gravel, like, you know, those lots that just never get developed
Sure,
in
absolutely.
town. Yeah. Somebody just one day set up a bunch of tree stumps and and like drew a line in the gravel and left a lockbox with a bunch of hatchets in it. And
Okay.
so it's like an axe throwing thing. So I think
love it.
Harlan would take up throwing axes.
I love that. Thank you.
Of course.
So yeah, definitely. Thank you. Good use of that prime. No, absolutely. That's awesome.
Oh my, we've got a new subscriber.
It's so good for that right now. It's the only time this has made complete sense to have as our noise. So, Harland, so you start, just as a little preview, if anyone wants to join our Patreon, you start writing in a diary?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're still learning how to write, though, correct? But
Correct.
you have a friend. You have a helpful.
I mean, like, he still has the orator's quill or the speak and spell, so he can talk at the pen. And essentially, what he does is, based on Oliet's suggestion, he will talk, and the quill will write a word, and then he'll copy what the quill did.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes,
So
absolutely.
she doesn't have to take the amount of ink and time to actually sit down and do it, even though she'd be glad to. She's like, this is probably a much more efficient way to do this.
Yeah, and that you can do it while she's working. That you don't have to wait for her in order to practice. No, I love that. That's very soft. So you practice for a while. And let's see what else. Paru.
Yes.
What kind of stuff does Paru get up to? Anything?
Paru has taken up embroidery and needlework as well. So she loves to embroider flowers on different things. So she has embroidered like little flowers on all of her collars, on little handkerchiefs, on Toshi's overalls. There's like little vining stitches on the straps.
Yeah.
Anytime, Villain has got some pocket squares that have been embroidered with their initials on it.
Oh my god. It's just a V.
It's just a V.
That's it.
Like everybody has gotten special like handkerchiefs with their initials and like a specific flower that represents them. She does send a message to Pinball at Harlan's urging. Do you want me to tell you what it says?
Yes, please.
Just
like mailing another message? Or...
No, like using the sending stone.
Oh, using the stone. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hi, Pinball. This is from Harland. Pin Buddy, can you snag something for me from a woodcarver's shop? 4th gear, 2nd cog, sprocket 32. tell them it's for Oliette, and they've got something for me too. If you can have it sent here, thanks.
My God, you're right. Oh my God, it's a Rocky Talkie. God damn it. That's such a good word. Oh, that's
amazing.
stolen pigme. That's so good.
Pygmy, that's fantastic. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. It's not a
God
sending stone,
damn
it's
it.
a Rocky Talkie. I love it.
Okay,
I love
because
it.
it's a one-way sending stone. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
perfect. Oh, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead.
Love it.
Okay,
Calling
so
it a Rocky Talkie
you get
forever now.
you get. Can I get that in text, by the way?
Yes, absolutely.
Because that was too many numbers, and my brain went, "What?"
Yep.
Which, by the way, is Guy's catchphrase. What?
Oh.
The guy, he just looks like a deer in headlights. Thank you.
Yes, you are winning now.
So you get back from Pinball. Aru, it is very important that you listen to me. It is so important to me that you all have a nice time with
I don't like this,
your
Angela.
life.
I feel dirty right now.
I'm so excited.
I'm so upset.
Like,
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
It's so important that you keep each other safe and be smart out there. I'm really proud of you all. If you forgive the mushy. No, don't forgive the mushy. Chris says.
I feel so bad because this is so trying so hard to get.
Yeah, you're just like, how's it going? Oh my God.
Barb, stop.
Okay. So.
Alora.
I told you, Kyle.
my
You and
God,
Laura joining
Alora.
forces would be chaos.
I love it. I
oh
love it.
my God. Oh God damn it, Heather. So some time passes.
I do think
Yeah.
that Oliette would work with Paru to get that good berry wine situation
good wine.
off the ground.
And you know what? You have plenty of time to do it. So you work on. So what's the plan? What's the idea? That she can cast Goodberry and that you can try to like cultivate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure.
Well, because I know they have the physical equipment, I would probably reach out to or a keg, or if they have something empty.
They'll have stills. They'll have kegs. They'll
Yeah.
have. Actually, you probably spend more time with Brennan than Feline, her father, because
Oh
he.
wait, no, sorry.
You know,
Wrong
he's
Oliette.
handsome.
Wrong Oliette.
He's handsome though. He's handsome.
That's true.
So you you spend more time with Brennan because he's the brewmaster. He makes the beer and the mead and all sorts of stuff. He's got a bunch of extra equipment you can use.
Well, I mean, a steel, if we have access to a vat of some kind, even if it's small, that will go faster than if we
You're
age
gonna
it
have
in
to
the
do small
bottle.
batches because the good berries aren't gonna last very long, so you're
Right.
gonna have to do it in small batches.
Well, then we could just do it by the bottle, and we could have them help us set up. I forget what those like A-racks where you turn them by hand.
Yeah.
I know.
How
I can't
many
believe-
good berries can she make a day, and how long do they last?
They last 24 hours.
Okay, so like 48 hours. Okay, so how much can she make? What's like one branch?
That's a good question. How many good berries can I make?
Because like a bottle of wine could easily have like what do you think, Kyle? Like a pound of fruit?
Oh, more than.
Yeah, more than that probably.
You could
So it
make
starts
like
out as a
tiny
small
hotel bottles.
operation. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they could be like little half bottles.
Yeah, a little half. Yeah, sure.
I can
like
make...
Ferment even faster that way.
I can
1,200
make
grapes.
10 berries
In 48 hours?
in 24 hours.
Okay, so you can make 20 in 48.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the. Okay, yeah. No, I got you. All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be small going, but you get the process down. You make small like flights of it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Just little
And
shots.
then you're like, oh well,
Good
when we
berry
get back
shots.
to, if we get back to Mythgar,
Oh yeah, it's
or
gonna
we
be
should
great.
reach out to them. And do you reach out to them and see if they can start shipping you berries?
That would be great. Oh my gosh.
That's one thing you could do.
And they don't have to go
We
through the.
could.
And they
Because
don't
now
have to
you
go
have
through
a permanent residence.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a residence that they could ship to, instead of just like, come find us wandering the island.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So yeah,
do that.
so you reach out to your grandfather, and or directly. I mean, you might reach out to your grandfather just to say hi, but you could reach out to his husband and be like, hey, Paru would be interested in we have a spot now. We'd like to try to make a little wine. How's it going with your like work on it? And he'll get back and say, absolutely, we could send you some. And so yeah, you work on he does in fact ship you some.
We'll name the
Doesn't
first
take long.
vintage after him in his honor.
Absolutely.
So yeah. And that audience is the first thing that is absolutely not suspicious at all. They don't know anything about what's going on, and you have a location now, so they're just fine.
Cool.
You get the good berries. So yeah, we'll let's see. You may
I was gonna
let's
say
say you make like a dozen bottles, maybe?
cool.
Not a bad haul for
They're
the first
still-
year.
Yeah, they're still curing. They're going to take a little while before they're actually
Sure.
good to drink. Theoretically, they're good to drink now, but aging will make them taste better and maybe make them a little more effective. We'll say right now they're regular healing potions and not greater, which is what they are normally. The good berry wine is normally a greater healing potion.
Nice.
Though on the one hand, you're just drinking them for the sake of drinking them at this point.
Yeah,
You
it's,
need
I
to-
mean,
I mean, the
I
only
haven't
reason
cast
you
a
really
healing
need to
spell,
heal.
and-
When we crack open the first one, and I think with our respective talents realize what we have probably stow some away.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, this might
For a
come in
rainy
handy on a
day.
rainy day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's got a cold.
Someone gets it into an accident. We've got like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if somebody's really, really depleted from working or something, like working on
Yeah.
projects or anything.
Absolutely. Always happy
Sure.
to help out, lend a helping hand.
God, what have I done?
You did this. You
Um,
did this.
I did
did
this.
it.
And you all ran with it. Okay. At some point,
So nice being a homebody.
Oliette and Harlan, you organize that. Oh, actually, let's talk a little bit about what happens at that festival. So, Oliette, you get a chance to see Guy's act. He's so good with kids. He has this one particular paper puppet. It's clearly made of paper, and it's a dragon. It's a red dragon. And it like flies, and he like chases the kids around with it, and like when he there is a little pull tab, and it's like, and like confetti kind of comes out of its
Aw.
mouth, or like a little streamer comes out.
Before he goes up for his act, I would ask him if he wants any help with, since he doesn't have his whole setup, if he wants any help with like special effects. Happy to lend a helping
yeah.
hand.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Sure. I usually have my sister, but she usually helps me with the extra stuff. So yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
yeah.
And he's kind of looking out at the crowd. There's a little group of kids that are kind of waiting, and then like Feline. And he's like,
So cute. So yeah, I just add a little razzle dazzle. Like when he
Oh,
pulls
yeah.
the string, I'll make some little dancing lights come out of the mouth as well.
oh my god,
Amazing.
absolutely. Little kids
Little-
scream.
Yeah.
That like little kids having fun scream that happens. And yeah, he does so well with them. And so yeah, there's this little performance. You get an opportunity to perform at this event. I don't remember what you were calling it, Kyle.
The Dusklight Jamboree.
Dusklight Jamboree. Thank you. And so you get to perform. What are you doing? Just you're doing music, or that mix of spoken storytelling and music?
Yeah, I mean, It's gotten so much softer. It's less gosh, I don't know.
Tribal
It's
drums you had
well,
going
yeah,
before.
it's less Peaches and more Valerie G. Like it's
Okay.
very
Okay.
it's softened up quite a bit. I haven't twerked
You cut off. All
in
I heard
so
was I
long.
haven't twerked. That's fair. I would hope not in front of the children.
I haven't twerked in
Um,
so long. But yeah, it's probably telling special effects. And then maybe a little musical accompaniment. Maybe have Toshi help me.
Oh yeah, he can do. Basically, all I'm imagining is him going do 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 do.
Just basic scale up and down. But it
He's
sounds
doing
real
Legend of
good.
Zelda covers.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Appropriate that it's the Lost Woods.
Mm.
So you you perform. And there are some musicians around, some other musicians around town. You get the sense that like small town people take up hobbies.
Yeah.
So there's someone with a hurdy-gurdy, there's somebody with somebody who plays the flute, somebody who plays the guitar and the lyre, and like there's a bunch. And
Does anyone else have a sewer?
no, nobody else
Good.
has a sewer.
Good.
You are unique. And they play a little bit, and there's some dancing and things. Feline and her family, the Hearth and Home is catering the place. There's a lot of food, and drink to go around.
Kyle,
Kyle.
so mad at you right now. Hurdy-gurdy.
So at some point during the evening, you are chatting with Feline, who's just serving drinks. She's got all of her hands going. You've realized at this point that what's actually going on is that she has these enchanted bracelets, these magic items that she got from her father as like a gift, and it lets her cast Mage Hand multiple times. It's something like it's like
That's
2d6
like
Mage
bitch.
Hands. But yeah, it was a gift from her father.
Oh, sure, yeah. Sweet.
You steal it? What's up?
No.
some part to give you a wisdom save.
No.
Anyway, so you're chatting with Feline, and she's picking your brain a little bit about she has never seen that sewer before, and so she loves asking you about it. Like, are you finding that it's easy to do the overtone now? You're having a bit of trouble trying to get it before. Go.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, the lip and the tongue placement. You got to get it right. Not too hard, not too soft.
A little
You know what I mean?
harmonica-esque?
No. Feline, you know what I mean?
Oh, but
You know, right?
Yeah. She gets a look on her face like, oh yeah, she's telling a dirty joke again. She gets it, but it's just like, oh okay.
Anyway, I got from this incredible.
She blushes a little bit.
Good. That's all I wanted.
Okay.
I will tell her all about the like wonderful like Yeti man that I got it from.
You really, I mean, someday you gotta
Honestly,
like see if you
what
can
if
get in
you
touch with them.
came out here?
Yeah, you just live out here.
Everything would be perfect.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thank you, Alora. They're based off of bardic inspiration, so you use your die to cast that many mage hands.
Amazing.
Very good. Thank you for the helping hand, Feline. So as you're talking, this music is kicking up. It's very third deck in Titanic or that dance scene in Rapunzel. It's that kind of like sprightly kind of Irish music. You see Guy walking up behind Feline. And he's kind of got his hands in his pockets and Feline, would you like to? And he puts his hand out. Oh, all right, of course, I'd love to. And she no longer makes eye contact with you, Oliette. She's just not even there.
Good. As they walk away, though, I will just kind of like pat him on the arm, like a little friendly, y'all have fun kind of a thing, and I'll give him inspiration. He might need it.
He does.
Oh my god. True love knows
I'm
the
gonna
way.
take a picture, but I'll take a picture. But he rolled a net.
I believe you. I believe you.
It's pretty great.
Yay.
On the dice I got from you guys.
Oh.
Aw.
It's very good. But I would also like to note that he has expertise in performance
That makes sense.
and specifically in dance.
Oh.
So
Nice.
here's what happens. Actually, this is not the right tone here. We're gonna go into more fun. Perfect. Great. So Guy pulls her onto the dance floor, and then everyone around is very what do you call it? It's very like small village. People don't really know how to dance very well, but you learn the same dances and you get by. It's nothing too flashy. Guy is a really good dancer. Like really good. He and Valine's no slouch either, but he's like professional dancer. It takes a sec for you to sort of realize it, but like there's like fucking dips and shit that he does.
God, we're in Strictly Ballroom.
And it takes a second for you to be like, oh, he's strong.
Oh my god, the skin is strong.
And there's an odd switch that kind of gets flipped. This is a situation in which he might not be comfortable around Feline, but he is incredibly confident in himself in this particular arena. And there is this look of like Feline being a little flustered because he's like showing off. He actually is like good at this thing. And so he ends it on a dip. And she's just like, that was lovely. And immediately, as soon as they finish, Guy's like pulls her back up and is just like, it's like it didn't happen. Thank you. I am. God damn it, Tessa. And Olya, you just get the sense of like, oh, it's done. That like he's done for. They're done for.
Yay, you love to see it.
And you helped, and I helped.
And I helped.
So they are together for the rest of the evening.
Oh.
They're like kind of like they dance a little bit more. There's like a slow dance or two. Eventually they it seems like Feline probably wears out before he does. Like gotta take a break. And as it gets a little later in the evening, in this this square where everything's happening, you do get a sense that a bunch of people are heading out into the flower gardens. Just there's more stuff there. There's just more space. People can just hang out. There might be a slight make-out point vibe, a little bit in some spots. There is often a kind of playful Regency era style flirtation where like you both take different sides of a maze and get to the middle, kind of thing. So that happens to some people. But Beza, you're on garden duty, so you're actually around for the festival, so you get to like watch everybody and Paru, you definitely helped with with the flower arrangements and things like that. Somebody asks you to dance, Paru.
Oh, I'd love to.
It's
Toshi.
It's Toshi.
It's the only one about the right height.
No, it's Layla. It's the girl that the girl that Valine was
Sure.
hanging out with.
Yeah.
Hey, Layla, I see you, bitch. Okay. Alright.
No, Pygmy. The performances are the fucking iceberg. Okay, I don't have anything. Anyway, so you have a little dance with Layla. She's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of see what Valane's talking about. She's a little vacant, just a little. She's very pretty. She's an NPC. I can say what I want, Chris. She's very sweet, but not like when you and Valane are hanging out. There's like a pickup. Like you guys are clever and witty, and you can really get that from her. She's very sweet, but yeah. But she was nice enough to ask. I mean, she was forward enough to be like, "Hey, you want to dance?"
It's the first time Caro has ever been asked to dance.
Aww. Thanks, Kai. Thank you.
That is actually, I think, the first time that anyone has made any sort of romantic overture towards Paru without her initiating it.
Aww. Well, but yeah, Layla's really nice. She, and she thanks you for the dance when you're done. She was just looking for a fun dance partner, and you had a very nice time. I would say that at some point, Harland and Oliette, you guys might wander off with. You see that Valane and it's not Valane, fuck, Valine and Guy like go off towards the gardens and stuff. Yeah, right. And at some point you all find your way out there. There's lots of roses, obviously. There's all these lanterns being hung on. There's a bunch of archways in some of the mazes that have lanterns, and it's just really lovely. And Harland, you did a very good job. The guy, the person you work for, who I haven't named, but we'll say her name is Gita. And Gita is she's an elven woman, and she's a little older, and she was absolutely, like, she had let you kind of run with this event, and she's really, really proud of you. You probably spent a big chunk of the night just being a supervisor. You know?
I mean, I would steal Harlan for at least a dance or two.
Of course. No one would begrudge you that.
I think we'd have enough helping hands to make sure that I wasn't like monopolize the entire night by work.
Oh, absolutely. And so yeah, so you guys spend what is this guy's dance number?
No, I was like, oh my goodness.
This is the vibe. Guys are really good.
Let's get these gorilla
good at dancing. I'm just gonna say, Guy is the kind of guy that no, one that is funny. Guy can do push-ups like vertical. I'm like, he does acrobatics and like high wire shit.
That's not where I was. No.
He can do handstand push-ups. Is what I'm saying is he can do handstand push-ups.
Nice.
So
is Elaine in attendance of this soiree?
He's kind of on the edges, hanging out with the kids occasionally. Toshi or Nickit will go up to him and like show him something, or but yeah, he's a little kind of introverted a bit.
I would be sure to take all three of them each on one turn.
On the dance?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Toshi is enthusiastic but unskilled.
That's tracks.
But luckily, he has a very light touch, so when he steps on your feet, it's just like a cat. It's fine.
Oh.
Is he just like holding both hands and just like kind of hopping to the music?
Yeah, pretty much. Nickit wants to learn how to actually dance. So she's like waiting for instructions. She's just like, no, I want to actually like learn, not.
I'll teach her how to waltz.
Hop like a bunny.
Yeah.
Looking like side eye over at their brother. And yeah, so you and then at some point you drag Valane onto the dance floor. And he's kind of not he's smiling, but he's also kind of like avoiding like that close eye contact that happens when you're dancing. And he, as you're dancing, at some point he goes, so I noticed you were playing and just the matchmaking.
What do you mean?
I don't know, what do I mean? Guy and Feline are kind of cozy tonight.
Bobby, that has I haven't the faintest. That has nothing to do with me.
Hmm. Nah,
Mm-mm.
doesn't have your name all over it.
Nope. I mean, they make a cute match. You can't deny that.
They do. They do. He keeps telling me that she's way too good for him.
I mean, that might be true. But I think that's how you're supposed to feel.
But you always gotta, so what, you always gotta keep working?
Well, yeah, I mean, it gives you, I mean, it helps you avoid complacency, right?
Hmm.
No?
I guess, yeah, sure. Don't wanna get too comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
Isn't this whole place kind of comfortable, though?
It is. Nothing wrong with that.
It's not. I guess a place isn't a person, so. The
Yeah, well.
music kind of. It was a quick song. Thank you for the dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go make sure that Toshi's eyes aren't bigger than his stomach.
Good luck with that.
Have a good night. If I don't see you.
I'm sure you will.
And he wanders off. I will accept that name, Pygmy.
Hey, mother. Hey, mother. Hey, mother, please.
mother.
Okay, mother, I have to request that you fucking stop.
I think every time that someone slips Beza food or drink,
Flips it to Toshi.
she subtly wanders over in Toshi's direction and hands it off to him.
Oh, baby.
There's just this
Unless it's-
trail of plates and cups in his wake as he wanders around.
And people keep seeing Beza without food or drink and trying to hand her stuff.
Oh, dearie, you really need to have one of these
I
scones.
know.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, Mrs. Jones.
Oh, of course, dearie. They're just as delicious as you remember.
Can't wait.
Oh, that just makes my heart sing.
I'm so glad.
With your big kiss on the cheek. Oh, you think I could just watch you take a bite? I think your enjoyment would just make me so happy.
Okay. I mean, she can eat and drink things.
Yeah, it does nothing for her. She doesn't really care.
Nothing for her.
Just this old lady. Oh, I can see the
God.
joy in
It's
your eyes.
so soft and buttery.
It's so soft and full of butter.
She doesn't even probably know what butter actually tastes like. She just knows there's supposed to be butter in this because she's seen Oliet and Paru make them.
God. Right. So
Amazing.
you, a bunch of you, head out to the rose garden. It's just basically like giving people a chance to clean up from everything, but not letting the night end, sort of thing. One of the fiddle players wanders out there. Except he's kind of shifted from fiddle playing to actual violin. It's a really pretty, still kind of this it's got this kind of like Gaelic vibe to it. These sort of, and yes, you're all hanging out there. It's the group of you, just kind of chilling, and the stars are out, and the moon's out, really just picturesque. And Toshi nudges his sibling and tells Nickit "Hey, I'll race you to the middle I'll race you to the middle. Which one? There's 4." Nickit wanders off after after Toshi. Um, please share that, Kyle.
I am
So-
afraid.
because
This is rewinding
Harlan-
back to the
yeah.
food area.
so a little bit of a retcon. Harlan thought of Toshi when setting up for the jamboree. He let all of the food vendors know who Toshi is, and gave Toshi a card with all of the food vendors' names on it. So what Toshi has to do is take the card to the food vendor. The food vendor gives him a serving and signs the card. He cannot come back to that food vendor until he has completed the entire list, at which point he can lather, rinse, repeat
Amazing.
as many times as he needs.
Amazing.
Excellent
Very good.
pacing method.
So,
Wise.
so
very wise.
Toshi tries to basically spearhead a race through one of the hedge mazes. Toshi's like, "Who's coming? Come on, come on, come on!"
All right.
Toshi grabs Paru's hand. Let's go! Come on, come
All
on!
right. Okay.
Toshi's just like really blossomed here. No pun intended. And yeah, it really warms your heart to see how like excited he is around here. They just needed a place, even if that place was just you guys.
Toshi, how
it
fast do you want
just-
to go?
How fast can I go?
She transforms into a dire wolf underneath him, and we take off.
Just ridiculous. That is cheating.
Since when?
You can't talk. You're a dire wolf. You say.
That's
Oh. You hear someone in the distance. Someone here, wolf. Beza, you are kind of stuck to the gate. You can't really leave, so they don't really like wander too far back, or too far away. And let me think. Oh, Harland, you are hanging out near one of the fountains because Puddles has made his home very much. You're splashing around in the little fountain. You see the duck. You're holding his bucket for him. Nobody else sees the bucket or the duck.
You having a good time there, buddy?
And
I feel like Oliet has just come to accept
that this duck is here. It's
it is probably, who knows? Who even knows?
fine.
Like an invisible familiar that no one ever sees.
There are stranger things.
Mm-hmm. And Harlan's just watching the duck. There's like the moon's reflecting in the water. It's very lovely and silly because, you know, the duck. The turtle duck. I'm sorry, why did I not call him a turtle duck? He's a turtle duck.
Probably like shaves off some pieces of like whatever fantasy elotes he has.
Beautiful. And he's just like leave. Well, yeah, you're watching Harlan looking at a pond, throwing bread into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going away. He's just throwing in the pond. You're like,
Part of the charm.
uh-huh. And you feel a little like what can only be described as like an acorn, like hitting you in the back of the head. And it's like a tree. But you felt it was like behind on the back of your head, and you you see I love Harlan. He is a giant goob and I love him so much.
Me too. He is a good
You
good
see
boy.
Villain hanging out near a tree. Not that far away, but you're pretty sure he threw that.
Mm.
And I've got his arms crossed and just kind of smirks and gives you a little nod.
I'm gonna wave, but simultaneously cast Mage Hand to like thunk him on the back of the head.
Gives a, I deserve that sort of look. And he kind of stands up a little awkwardly and sort of like gestures for you to come over.
Okay. Harland seems fine. So
Fine.
I would hate to interrupt
He seems content.
whatever
Content is the right
moment he's having right now. So
The softest of moments.
yeah.
So yeah, so you Verlaine starts walking a little bit down one of the rows of roses and stuff. And you catch up to him. He's just doing a little bit of a stroll. Hey, I wanted I made something. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
And so he kind of walks over. He looks a little anxious. And he's sort of walking away from people for a second. And he pulls out a little box. I know you've been helping Toshi out a lot, and Nikit, both of them. And I just wanted to say thank you. So I made you something.
Okay.
And he hands over this little wooden box. It's a pretty box, actually. It's like it's a little carved. Some of the things on it, you get the sense that maybe he carved it with the knife. It's not the box. It's inside the box. The box you can keep the box too if you want. It's fine.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And you open the box, and inside is a flower made of keys.
Oh. That's nice.
You know, you have a lot of cast-offs, you know. People don't need them, or, you know, I was learning and couldn't make them well before. I got better. But yeah, just thought you'd, anyway, yeah, just made that for you.
This is so nice.
Thank you.
It's not, we're all, you know, we're all kind of in this together. We're all making this work, you know?
Yeah, I know. We are making it work. I need to talk to you about something, but it feels weird talking about it. And he walks a little bit more before he actually says anything else. And he stops at he just stops suddenly. And he turns to one of the rose bushes and just kind of staring at it. I'm really happy that things have been working out well with this place. You seem happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to be, I suppose. There's something about this place. I doubt I'll ever want to leave.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Place kind of, everybody's so content, and they they're really honest, and like they work hard, and it's weird.
Yeah, I didn't get it at first, but I think I get it now. It's just easier, right?
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Are you sure you're okay? You look a little sweaty.
It's hot. You know, it's
It's
almost summer.
nighttime. No, what?
And he kind of stops for a sec and takes a breath and says, that was my second idea for what to get you. And he kind of points to the rose bush next to you. And you can see that the roses are... What color are your eyes?
Silver.
It is a bush of silver roses. So, I thought better of it. It just didn't seem... Yeah, it's just, you know, you're... He literally can't look you in the eyes.
Okay. I mean, the key is nice. The key rose is beautiful.
Yeah. I thought that was better than that. I don't want to... I'm not... I don't want to mess anything up. And I feel like I might have already messed something up. But I lied when we were back in the chronogram and talking about how we were, you know, how things were just done.
I'm sorry, what?
We were talking about us and how things went to shit and how things were kind of done, and then we said we used to feel that way, and I lied.
Oh.
And this new thing where I'm honest about stuff.
I can see that.
Yeah. I don't want this to... But if that's this isn't me asking anything of you. I just, it didn't feel right to not be upfront about it. That's why I didn't think it was right to it didn't seem right to do the whole gesture thing.
Okay, yeah, it adds up. It adds up. Valine, I don't, gosh,
You don't have to say anything. You don't. You are 100% in your right to not say anything. Just anyway, I want you to be happy, and you're happy right now. So
I mean, yes, sorry, I got my lash in my eye. Valine, I can't, I need you to understand that I will always love you. I spent a long time wondering, what if? And I still it crosses my mind from time to time, but I think that's because so much of who I am is because of having known you.
yeah, I know. Just I know. Okay.
I'm sorry if I haven't made things easy. If you, I guess if you don't want to see me anymore,
Not what I
or
mean. No. That's not what I want.
Valine, the what if has shifted from what would have happened if to what might happen if. And I can't do this to Harland.
I don't want to. I know. I don't want to. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. I'm just.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I had been racking my head about whether or not to even say anything. I shouldn't have.
I mean, I'm glad that you did. But we have a lot in common. We are a disaster duo, and it's fun. And I feel like you understand me in some ways that a lot of people can't. But you need someone who can lift you up. We are not, I mean, it's been nice here, but historically, we have not been the sunshiniest of people.
Yeah.
You need sunshine to counter the rain, right? And they're out there, and I will help you find them. What we have now is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Please don't hate me.
I don't. I promise. Anyway, I hope you like your gift.
Ew. I will just reach forward and give their hand a little squeeze, but I don't want to get too close. Because I remember acutely in this moment how it felt to be on the other side of this fence. And then I will leave.
See you around, sunshine. Yeah, and you head back.
Probably sit down next to Harlan
And what?
and not really say anything. I think I'm just zoning out while Harlan plays with the bread and the water. Yeah.
Just finger in the water, like twirling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gotta give him the attention, otherwise not gonna leave me alone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Whatever you say.
He has his own
Sure he
bathtub
stays
at the
out of the bedroom.
house. It's like a cat. You got to give him his own little bathtub.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're sitting there with you're sitting there with Harland, and there's the violin music in the background, and a little bit off in the distance you hear in town, or back near town, you hear the sort of band playing a little bit. You get the sense there might have been like a second wind.
Gentlemen, it's been an honor.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Hoof.
And yeah. And you just sit there for a little bit, kind of ruminating.
Yeah. Yeah, just wait till Harlan's ready to stop throwing bread in the water.
I think after the last piece, like he finishes the crust and then like looks at it, like eats the rest of the slice, and it's like, that's fresh bacon, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, what'd you think of the jamboree?
What a night.
I think it went well, all things considered. You know, Charlotte showed up late, and she was gonna be serving the churros, and that was just not, you know, if you don't have the churros, the kids are gonna revolt.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did well. I think everybody had a wonderful time.
You did great too. Great performance. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. Can we go home?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got a cleanup crew going, so yeah, we can head out.
Okay.
Everything okay, Shu?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I'll hold you to it until you feel otherwise.
Okay. Probably would have stashed the box in a pocket or
Sure.
something
Sure.
before arriving.
And you get up to start heading out. And that is when you hear a shout, and then another shout, and a little bit of a scream
Where's that coming from?
out in the maze. You hear a wolf snarling.
Oh,
You
shit.
hear the sounds of machinery.
No, that can't be right.
That's weird for Jonathan to have his tractor out there. I thought he moved it off the green a while ago.
I'm assuming we hear that even by the gate.
Yeah, basically, you hear danger. You hear something
Right.
that sounds like a fight.
Baza's running past you guys, heading towards it.
Yep.
I'm assuming that wolf snarl was me.
Yeah, don't worry about you.
Oh, oh, great, great,
Oh god.
great.
Wow.
Thanks. I hate it.
I'm doing something cinematic here. Hold on.
Yes, ma'am. Shutting my mouth.
I don't know if you want to fly on ahead, but I'll catch up.
Okay.
We should go.
I think for a second too long, my so tight on your hand, just like I feel like it's hard for me to get moving.
Like it stops him in his tracks, and he's like, he turns back and looks, and he's like,
No. Yep. Yes. Okay, and I'll just take off to get above the maze so I can get an aerial view of what might be happening.
Yeah. You start flying up above the maze, and as you get a better shot of what's happening above, you hear Verlaine's voice shouting with all of the rage you could imagine him letting out. Zach, you hear, "Get your fucking claws off my kid!"
You'll have to do the rest of the stream without me. I'm dead.
That's fine. And Oliette, you get up, and you fly up. You're continuing to fly. You have not collapsed. And you see a shine on the ground with like the moonlight shining. And you see a huge, not huge, huge is a specific term. You see a large creature or a large orb of like brass or gold with a bright white eye in the middle of it. And there are these claws, these crab sort of like spiky legs, and these pincers with blades on them.
I don't like this.
And it is, you see a form on the ground. You see small furry form. Just it's hovering over him, but is focused on Verlaine, and Paru is sort of Wolf Paru is flanking a little bit on the other side, snarling, but also a little like unsteady on her feet. You see her like kind of sort of swaying a little bit. And as you see this creature, this clockwork creature, and you give me a wisdom save.
My character sheet one time today. Fuck my wisdom. No, it's it's okay. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna use a reroll on
Go ahead.
that, if that's okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, you're
nasty.
allowed.
6
That
left.
was nasty. Oh, that's way better. No bonus, so that's a 12.
12. Well, the DC has gone down significantly because you're seeing the goddamn thing. There is this moment of a ripple in your vision, and you lose sight of it. And there's a little bit of a, like, almost like a deja vu feeling. And then you look at Verlaine again, and you see him just enraged. His knife's out. He's staring down this thing. You see Paru snarling. And that deja vu, you sort of blink through it. And the creature appears again. Like, just a blink of an eye. Like, it wasn't there and then it's there again.
Yeah, as soon as I realize something is weird, like happening in my brain weird, I just scream Harlan's name at the top of my lungs.
Okay. And as you call Harland, Beza, you're booking it towards this, and Verlaine is charging it. He doesn't really hesitate. And you don't know what this thing is, and there is this pressure in the back of all of your heads that is trying very, very hard to remind you of what a nice time you've had tonight. What a lovely town this is. What wonderful people are here. And, well, you'll doubt you'll ever leave. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oofa doofa.
Ha ha ha! Sorry, Kyle. So, we'll follow up next week. Thank you all for joining us for whatever this was.
It was a time.
No, I had a thoroughly fascinating time with this. You were all amazing. All the players, you guys were such good sports and are continuing to be such good sports. And everyone who's watching, I'm so sorry, but also not fucking sorry. And that is our chapter 32. See, we'll see what transpires next week. We will be sans Mr. Kyle. So we'll either T-pose Harland or get him lost in the hedge maze.
I think that's the most appropriate.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fair,
I think
yeah.
so too. And we will see you all here next week. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, here on We Are Nerdsmith. You'll find us here on Twitch or on Twitter if you want to get a heads up for when we go live. I'll be working on Battle Map on Monday night for Discover RPG. I'm excited to make a hedge maze. And we'll see how this all pans out. I'm pleased about being able to challenge you all. Even if it's not CR. All right, everybody. Once again, we are part of the Nerdsmith Network, and this is Shenanigoons, the Book of Fables, or Shenanigoons Rose Upon the River for now. We are sponsored by Die Hard Dice, World Anvil, and Eldritch Foundry. Thank you so much to their support. We are really, really, really close to our final Kickstarter stretch goal for Here Be Dragons. If you want to help us out, we are aiming to have all of our Pride colors for our Dragon Egg pins in a glitter enamel option. That's our next stretch goal, so we're really hoping. We're only a couple hundred away from it, so we'd love to help you get some really gorgeous pins in your preferred Pride colors. And we will see you here next week. Please, I'm gonna calm this down. Hold on. Have yourself a great rest of your night. Please drink some tea or something. Do whatever you gotta do to decompress. And
Thank you for the subs.
Yes.
and thank you so much, yes, for the new subs and for the returning subs. And
One
please
last.
have a. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Go
Please
for it.
join us this Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for the final playtest of Omen's Rights. Wow, I was thinking about Final Rights for a hot second. Of Omen's Rising final alpha playtest of the encounter system. We're going to be doing combat encounters. So please come and check it out.
Yes, please get a preview of this really, really fascinating game system.
It's
Tess is one of the players.
So cool.
And so if you follow us here on Twitch or on Twitter, you'll get a heads up for when we go live with that. Awesome. Well, you all have been delightful. Thank you for soldiering on through this bizarro episode. And it'll continue to be bizarro, but we'll get back to some semblance of normal with some violence. Hooray! All right, everybody. We love you very much. Thank you for joining us. Have a safe week. Have a safe weekend. Make good choices. And above all, please do me a favor and be good to each other. And we'll see you next week for Chapter 33, to be continued.